And we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. I'm joined along by Mark Cavalla, the general manager for the Newton Rebels. Well, Mark, we are in Hayesville, Kansas here this evening, and we're going to be playing the Hayesville Aviators. This will be the third game of a 5-game series here against the Aviators. So far, the Aviators have beaten the Newton Rebels as they beat them on Monday night at the Sunflower Collegiate League Showcase. And 9-3 was the final score. And I think you have the sheet there.
Right.
But the Newton Rebels tonight have some new players.
Yeah, and it's some new faces. We've been trying to put this team together. It seems like forever so far, Frank. Guys still coming in. Anthony Zellner. He's from Salem, Oregon, Western Oregon University, 5'10", 185, and he's just finished his junior season, and he's a catcher. And he's actually in the starting lineup. And then we have a shortstop, number 11, Jaden Hanna. He's from Beaverton, Oregon, Western Oregon University, and right there he's going to be playing shortstop because I guess what's going on, with it, you have to give a break to Andrew Brotman. He's been playing, I think, every game at shortstop. So we'll see what Jaden can do.
That's right. Andrew Brotman getting a break here tonight. And he picked a good night because it's over 100 degrees here in Hayesville. And the other player that we got coming in that besides Hannah and Zeller is Bryce Nittler.
Yeah, Bryce Nittler. He's Cali County. He was a red shirt this last year from Arkansas City. And like I say, he's a really good hitter. He's a catcher, but he had surgery. So we probably won't see him behind the plate this summer. But it's going to be interesting to see how everybody gels, how everybody gets in this. But, Frank, this is pretty important games right here. I say these next three because these 3 games, and then you go into Cheney. So you want to have some momentum, and hopefully you can win right there and get a couple wins out of the 3 and see what happens.
Okay, we do want to apologize to the fans back at home that are not able to see us here tonight. The computer camera is not working, but we're going to get that solved. We got us a new computer that's coming in Friday, and hopefully everything will start running a lot smoother. We definitely want to put on a good show for you. Once again, also the other night when we were playing, the power went out on our computer. Everything went dark, and I tried everything that I could think of to get it back on, and it was just one little setting. I finally talked to the tech people that the reason why I was not able to get us back on. So, it's frustrating, but we're trying to get the best show that we can for our fans here.
They think the fans and the parents and all that are disappointed not seeing us, Frank? I don't know.
Well, I wasn't really necessarily talking about not being able to see us, but we will have the camera that's out on the field, and we'll turn it around to where when we do have the player of the game, that way whoever the player of the game is, they'll be able to see that interview.
Good. That'd be great.
So the umpires are out on the field right now. They're talking to the head coaches. We're going to go ahead and go through these. Let's go ahead and go through the standings first before we do the starting lineups. Right now, the Hutchinson Monarchs are 6-1. It's followed by the Cheney Dogs, who are 9-2. Great Bend Batcats are 8-2. They are followed by the Derby Twins, 7-4. Also, the 316 Sluggers are 7-4. The Hayesville Aviators are 5-7. Newton Rebels are 2-10. They are followed by Andale Warhawks at 1-6, and then the Sunflower Seeds at 1-10. So, like you're saying, this is very crucial time for the Newton Rebels because the next series that we start is going to be against the Cheney Kansas Diamond Dogs.
And one of the concerns right now, the hitting's actually been pretty good. I mean, we've been scoring some runs, and but You lost that 12-10 game a couple of games ago. I mean, and 12 out of the 10 of the 12 runs were off walks and hit batters. And then the other day we started off good, and then all of a sudden all the runs scored in the second inning at X Stadium, and we never could recover. And that's the thing that right now I talked to Coach Clark, and that's the biggest concern right now at the Rebels is we're hoping that these pitchers that we do have, that coaches sent us, that can throw strikes, they do throw strikes.
That's right. Well, when you go, the other night we had two innings. We had 9 walks and 3 hit batsmen, and that's giving up a lot of runs, in the first 2. And then you get yourself behind the 8 ball. It's kind of hard to come back, kind of deflates the team. But our hitting has been really good. Andrew Brotman was 4 for 5 the other night, and of course he is out of the lineup here tonight. But he does need a break. He's been playing a lot of games, so we do have a new shortstop is Jaden Hanna. He'll be coming in. We're going to go ahead and go through our starting lineups here just a second. But before we do, we want to make sure that we thank all our sponsors. Don't forget, if there's any play at the plate or a score, it is sponsored by the Colonel Tim Mahler family in honor of the Kansas National Guard. Your home team, always ready, always there. Any double plays will be sponsored by the team of Pate and Paul, the attorneys at law. They are working for you. Pitching changes will be sponsored by Great Roofing. They have you covered. Any doubles by a new double is sponsored by Empire Store and Son and Realty Connections. Also, if we have any home runs this evening, they will be sponsored by the John Odeman family, proud friends of the Newton Rebels. Also, any great plays on the field or the player of the game, the Great Plate will be sponsored by Carl Hodges and family. The Rebels tradition continues since the year 2000. And also, we'd like to thank Back Alley Pizza, who brings our pizzas on our home games. So here's the starting lineup for the game. First of all, for the Newton Rebels, leading off and playing center field will be number 7, Justin Barnes. Batting second, the second baseman, number 6, Camden Jorgensen. Batting third, the left fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett. Batting fourth and playing third base will be number 23, Nolan Riley. Batting fifth and playing first base will be number 3, Corey Mason. Batting sixth and DH, number 51, Bryce Nittler. Batting seventh and playing shortstop will be number 11, Jaden Hanna. Batting eighth and playing right field will be number 8, Thomas Capion. Batting ninth and catching will be number 16, Anthony Zeller. And pitching this evening for the Newton Rebels will be number 10, Ricky Hockhead. And once again, the head coach for the Rebels is Brad Clark. And now here's the starting lineups for the Hayesville Aviators. Leading off and playing shortstop will be number 3, Blake Bergonia. Batting second, the second baseman, number 7, Brady Benedict. Batting third and playing right field will be number 4, Austin Albright. Batting fourth and DHing, number 23, Corey Moore. Batting fifth and playing first base will be number 17, Isaac Kim. Batting sixth and catching will be number 14, Devin Gardner. Batting seventh and playing left field will be number 1, Drew Bristow. Batting eighth and playing third base will be number 5, Alan Yarbrough. Batting ninth and playing center field will be number 2, Garrett McCartney. And pitching for the Hayesville Aviators will be number 11, Corey Wilson. Wilson on the mound for the Aviators. The Aviators are coached by head coach Lance Spongberg. And we're ready to get started here. Once again, this is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mark Cavallo, our general manager for the Newton Rebels. Leading off for the Newton Rebels will be the center fielder, number 7, Justin Barnes.
I want to say Grant Jones, the GM of the Aviators, did a great job getting this field ready, and everything's looking fine. He does a great job out here, Frank.
Yeah, they sure do. They were out here working on it early. So the first pitch there to Barnes is fouled off as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. We just getting started here in Hayesville.
It's funny. I was just talking to an ex-player that played for me today. We're talking about the first pitch of the game. Should you swing or not swing? And I don't know. Here we go. But
here's the pitch. That one misses high for ball 1 as the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Justin Barnes, who is playing center field here this evening for the Rebels. You want to give us a little bit of numbers on Barnes there, his stats?
Yeah, sure.
Not stats, but oh, goodness. Right there, that right there was where I was going to place the camera on the other side.
Justin Barnes from Marietta, Georgia, 5'10", 180 from Shorter University. And he just finished his sophomore year, and he's had some pretty big games for us already.
Sure has. Done a great job for us. That one is swing and a miss there by Barnes, and he goes down swinging. and that is the first out of the ball game and the first strikeout for Corey Wilson. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 6, Camden Jurgensen.
That's always tough, right? The first batter right there gets to see the pitches right there, and then he passes it on. And that's what he did right there to Jorgensen. And we'll see what he's told him here because, just a little something. So we'll see what happens here.
First pitch to him is hit to the right field line. That's going to be in for extra bases. Camden Jurgensen now hitting to second base, and it will be a stand-up double for Camden Jurgensen.
Yeah, Frank, I couldn't even get any of his information out, but right there, Jurgensen just jumped on the outside fastball right there, and that's what you do. It's always you go with the pitch, and what we're talking about is be aggressive as long as it's swing at strikes.
So Camden Jurgensen records the first hit of the ball game. That double is sponsored by Cobra Enterprise Store and Stuff and Realty Connections. Now batting will be the left fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett.
I think he's one of the hottest hitters the last few games. And he had a slow start. Wingett from Washington, Utah, 6'2", 192, Gateway Community College. Base hit. Nope.
That fly ball to left field is caught for out number 2.
But he hit it hard, Frank. I mean, he hit a hard line drive, and I thought maybe it's going to have enough top spin to go down, but no.
Yeah, Drew Bristol only moved a couple steps to his right to make that catch for the second out. That will bring up the third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. So we have down now here in the top half of the first inning with a runner on at second base as Camden Jurgensen lifted one into right field for the first hit of the ball game. Pitch there by Wilson misses outside as the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes.
We talked about Riley, very patient hitter from Fort Smith, Arkansas. The thing is, he'll probably lead this team in walks. He might lead the league in walks almost. Just has a great eye.
Well, Nolan Riley comes in batting .429 as he's appeared in 8 ball games. That pitch misses outside as the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. He has been up to bat 28 times, has 12 hits, has scored 4 runs, and he has a total of 7 RBIs. He does have 6 base on balls that you were talking about.
Yeah, no, like I said, he's a high on base, and he doesn't strike out a lot, Frank.
No, he's got 0 strikeouts so far this season. That pitch in there right across the knees for strike 1.
See, and that pitch right there was, like you said, down by the knees. That's a pitcher's pitch, and he laid off of that.
So as the count goes down to 2 balls, 1 strike now to Nolan Riley with Jurgensen on at second base and 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. We welcome you to Newton Rebels baseball. That one hit down the line. It's going to be foul, and that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And the one thing we talked about it the last game, is that look how he just takes his time. He kind of makes it his time instead of the pitcher's time. He just takes his time right there and gets back in the box. And
well, he's the kind of player that I would like to have on my team because he really protects the plate. Like you say, he has no strikeouts so far this season, but he's always protecting that plate, and that's what you need. That's give you a chance. That ball hit to the third baseman on a 1 bouncer. Third baseman now will go, and that's going to be he is safe at first base. He was not able to make the play. Looks like the third baseman, Yarbrough, threw it to the right of the first baseman. The first baseman had to come off the bag, and by the time that Riley was on the base, was not in time. So that's going to be an error on the throw, third base. So we do have 1 error.
Yeah, and that's on Yarbrough. Now, the thing is, he's listed as an outfielder, so I don't know if he's an outfielder that's playing third base or whatever, but yeah, I mean, that could have gotten him right out of the inning.
So we do have runners now at first and third base with 2 down. And now batting is the first baseman, number 3, Corey Mason. Mason is a left-handed batter. Go ahead.
From Newmarket, Alabama, 5'10", 215. That's a shorter university player, and he's a junior.
Corey Mason comes in batting .290 for the Rebels. Here's the pitch by Wilson. That one stays high for ball 2. So the count goes 2 balls, no strikes now to Mason.
Yeah, and right now that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get Corey Wilson to get some extra pitches in here, which, especially that error, we'll see how many more pitches that he throws after that.
And here's the pitch by Wilson. A swing and a miss there by Mason as the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Once again, Mason is batting .290. He has appeared in 9 ball games, has 31 at bat, has 9 hits, has scored 4 runs, 1 double, 5 RBIs, and 6 base on balls, but he has struck out 8 times. Here's the pitch. That one hit it into actually the shortstop backed up. I thought it was going to be into center field, but it just kind of floated on him when he hit that.
looked like he squared it up, but I don't know if he had a full swing on that, generating the bat speed right there, but just a nice little line drive right to the shortstop.
So at the top half of the first inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. At the end of 1 half in play, it is the Rebels 0 and the Aviators coming to bat. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Due up for the Hayesville Aviators will be the shortstop, number 3, Blake Bergonio. You got some videos on him?
Yeah, he's a second baseman from Mount San Antonio Junior College. And I was going to say one thing, too. With Hockett had a good outing against Great Bend last week. Friends University pitcher. He was with us last year. He's one of the few returners, Plainville, Kansas.
Bergonio comes in batting .333 for the Aviators, as he's appeared in 2 ball games, has been up the bat 9 times, has 3 hits, and has scored 3 runs. He does have 1 RBI and 3 strikeouts.
He is from Chino Hills, California.
As the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike now to Bergonio. Here in the bottom half of the first inning, no score. Once again, we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. That one misses high by Ricky Hockett, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Ricky has shown, I know before that last outing, he had 1 run in the first inning. It was a little wild, and he just settled down, if you remember, Frank.
Yep. That one just misses high for ball 4. So there will be a runner on first base with no outs as Bergonio reaches on a base on balls, and that will bring up the second baseman, number 7, Brady Benedict.
Yeah, Benedict, he's from Ruff, R-O-F-F, Oklahoma, 6 foot, 180, Eastern Oklahoma State College.
Benedict comes in batting .294 for the Aviators as he's appeared in 12 ball games. Has been up to bat 51 times, has 15 hits, 10 runs scored, and he has a total of 5 RBIs. He does have 5 strikeouts so far this season. That one in there for call strike as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike now to Benedict. With Bergonio on at first base as he took a walk here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score if you're just now joining us. We are in the bottom half of the first.
This is our first look at the catcher, Zellner. Let's see what he can do. He looks like he's...
That one misses high for ball 1. So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Yes, for those of you that are just joining us, we do have 3 new players. We have Bryce Nittler, who will be DHing in the 6th spot. We have Jaden Hanna, who will be playing shortstop. He'll be batting in the 7th spot. And then catcher, number 16, Anthony Zeller, who will be batting in the 9th spot. That one was fouled off, I believe, and the count goes to 1 ball, and 2 strikes.
I was going to say about the Aviators, they're a pretty well-balanced team. They have good speed. They got some good punch. They use the field pretty good. They're hitters. The key is, like we always talk about, right? Keep guys off base.
Well, that's been the problem. It's kind of hard to judge teams. There goes the runner to second base. That one hit into left field. That's going to be in for a base hit as Brady Benedict just sticks his bat out and lifts that into left field for a base hit. Runner Bergonio will be on at second base, and that'll bring up the right fielder, number 4, Austin Albright.
Now, Albright, the last game he played, was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. We could sure use a K right there. But Albright, like I say, you got to look at different because it's all split up around here. But Austin Albright, he's now from Eastern Oklahoma State College.
Okay, Albright comes in batting 310. There's a swing and a miss there by Albright as the count now goes to no balls and one strike. Have no outs with runners on at first and second here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score so far. Once again, Albright batting 310, has appeared in 10 ball games, has 42 hits. Been out the bat 42 times, has 13 hits. That one in there for call strike 2 as the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, nice pitch right there. I mean, keeping it down there with a little slider action.
Albright also has scored 7 runs, has 7 RBIs, and has struck out 14 times. So Ricky Hockett with an 0-2 pitch to Albright. That one hits Albright in the head. We hope he's okay there as he goes down. He gets back up and hustles down to first base. That one just got away from Ricky and just sailed on him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm glad he's all right. I'm glad Albright's on the line here. He jumped right back up.
Yeah, he jumped right back up, and as that hit his helmet, but it did hit him in the head there. So that will load up the bases now for the Hayesville Aviators.
I'm glad he's all right, but, it's tough. That's unfortunate, an 0-2 pitch.
The count, the batter now will be the designated hitter, number 23, Corey Moore.
Yeah, Corey Moore, first baseman from the University of Illinois, Chicago.
Moore having a little tough time at the plate here so far this year as he's batting .043. Has been in 7 ball games, has been up to about 23 times. First pitch misses inside for ball 1, and he's only has 1 hit out of 23 at bat. But he has scored 5 runs, so that tells you that he's very patient at the plate. He has a total of 8 base on balls. Well, we don't need a base on ball here with the bases loaded, that's for sure. So the count is 1 ball, no strike. There's a swing and a miss there by Moore, and the count will now even up. I thought the first pitch was a strike.
Well, Frank, I was going to say it's interesting because it's being his first game as a catcher, and he just met Ricky today. So it's going to be interesting how they figure it out.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Moore, and the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's we have Bergonio on at third base as he reached on a walk, moved over to second base on a base hit by Benedict, and then Albright got hit by a pitch, which moved Benedict to second and Bergonio to third. Albright is now at first with the bases loaded, no outs. Here in the bottom half of the first inning, Ricky Hockett ready to go to work. That's a swing and a miss there by Moore, and Moore goes down swinging for out number 1, and that is the first strikeout recorded by Ricky Hockett.
And that was 3 straight sliders right there, Frank, on the inside. I mean, perfectly located. And again, right there, I mean, just with the new catcher, Zeller figuring out that, hey, this is Ricky's one of his best pitches right here.
And that was the 15th strikeout for Moore for the season. There's a ball hit down the left field line, or the third base line, I should say, just foul, as the count goes to no balls and 1 strike. So no balls, 1 strike now here in the bottom half of the first. 1 down with the bases loaded.
And one thing pitching coach Mike Mandarino was saying, you blow all these pitches in the first, second, inning, you don't get to go too far.
Swing and a miss there by Kilm as the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Right now he's throwing quite a few pitches. I don't have the count on it, Frank, but I mean it'd be nice to get a double play, get out of this.
Well, especially in this heat and wearing black, that doesn't help matters out.
No.
They did have their red jerseys on and decided to switch to their black jerseys. Great pitch there by Ricky Hockett as that hits the outside corner, and that is the second strikeout of the ball game. The second strikeout for Ricky Hockett here this evening. So we have 2 down now with the bases loaded, and that will bring up the catcher number 14, Devin Gardner.
Yeah, Gardner, catcher from Columbia Basin College, and he's also from Selai. S-E-L-A-I-H, Frank. I don't know. Not Salem. Okay. Selai, Washington.
There's a pitch there by Hockett right across the knees for call strike 1. As the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Gardner comes in batting .333 as he's appeared in 1 ball game. Has been up to bat 3 times, has 1 hit, 2 runs scored, and no RBIs. Here's the pitch by Hockett. Great job there by the catcher Zeller as he moved clear to his right there on his to block that one as the count goes to 1-1. That's the first time we've seen a great defensive move there by Zeller, so we know that he's got some range.
Looks good his first inning as a Rebel.
1-1 now the count. to Gardner. Here's the pitch. That one just misses low for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Devin Gardner, who's catching here this evening for the Hayesville Aviators.
You see Zellner calling the game. The coach is letting him call the game, but he's doing a good job right there, going with what's working for Hockett.
Fastball lifted to third baseman. Third baseman will just tag the runner coming to third. So out will be Benedict for the third out on a forced out.
A good heads-up play right there.
Very nice job there by the third baseman, Nolan Riley. So the bottom half of the first inning for the Hayesville Aviators, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. At the end of 1 full inning of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the second inning. We have no score. Due up for the Newton Rebels will be the designated hitter, number 51, Bryce Nittler.
And we talk about Nittler. He was injured this year. He's from Arkansas City, Kansas, 6 foot 210.
First pitch to Nittler is lifted into center field. Center fielder backing up, and
wow.
Looks like he made the catch. What a great catch here by the center fielder, Garrett McCartney, as he went down to the ground, but came up showing that he did have the ball. What a great catch by McCartney.
Yeah,
so we do have one down.
That's the deepest part of the park right there, and Nittler got a hold of it, and it was funny because as he went running after it, McCarthy, I thought, man, maybe it's going to go over his head, but he kind of like drifted with it. And then it's like he had it under control the whole time.
So we have one down here in top half the second inning. First pitch now due up is first time we'll get to see him at the plate is shortstop number 11, Jaden Hanna. And you got any info on Hanna?
Yeah. Right here, Hanna. He's from Beaverton, Oregon, Western Oregon University, 5'6", 155. I got a chance to meet him this morning.
So 2-0 count. Now there's a ball hit to the second baseman. Second baseman just sticks out his glove, Benedict, and makes the catch for out number 2. Well, 2 hard hit balls here by the Newton Rebels here in the top half of the second inning. And there is 2 down now. That will bring up the right fielder, number 8, Thomas Capion.
Yeah, Capion, he's starting to get it going right now. I think he's had a couple hits his last 2 games, and it's good to see him in the lineup, ready to go. Use that experience.
First pitch to Capion is low for ball 1 as the count goes to 1 ball, no strikes to Mr. Capion.
Yeah, Capion from Kahlua White, 6'1", 215.
That one misses low for ball 2, so 2-0 now the count. We'd like to welcome all you that are joining us. We have David Virginie, John and Linda Hanna. We welcome you to the broadcast. And the ball lifted into the second baseman. Second baseman gets under it, makes the catch for out number 3. So it is a 1-2-3 inning for the Newton Rebels here in the top half of the second inning. And at the end of 1.5, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Due up for the Hayesville Aviators will be the left fielder number 1, Drew Bristow. He'll be followed by Yarbrough and McCartney.
Yeah, Bristow, an outfielder from University of North Carolina, Asheville. Bristow is from Cicero, New York, 5'9", 170 pounds.
That ball lifted to the left fielder, makes the catch for out number 1. So left fielder, Trey Wingett, comes in about 5 or 6 steps to make that catch as we have 1 down.
Yeah, that helps you out right there, Frank. That's what we talk about. So, make sure you keep that pitch count down for Bristow, you get back on track.
That would bring up the third baseman number 5, Trent Yarbrough.
Yarbrough from Fort Hays State University.
Yarbrough comes in batting .259 as he's appeared in 9 ball games, has been up the bat 27 times, has 7 hits, has scored 2 runs and a double. Also has 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch by Hockett. That one in there for call strike 2 as the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. No score if you're just now joining us.
He's from Atoka, Oklahoma. Talking about Yarbrough.
That one lifted foul, and the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, like I say, if you are listening to us, we appreciate it. The comment list is now on YouTube, so if you'd like to comment or if you'd like to have your name announced, we'll make sure that we announce your name. So get on there and let us know that you're watching here this evening. Ricky Hockett's pitch was fouled off as the count stays at no ball, 2 strikes. And just as I say that, there's Mr. Bob Brotman. We'd like to welcome you to the ball game or the broadcast here this evening. That one misses high as the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's good to see Bob on here checking it out. Great family.
And here's a pitch by Hockett. That one hit through the first baseman. It's going to be foul, it looks like, as the first baseman, Corey Mason, picks it up with his hand, tosses it to Hockett, and the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And I think that's the key right now. We talk about if we can get out of these innings, these early innings, maybe be down, even run, this and that, but still in the game. I think we got a very good chance to win.
Here's the Hockett's pitch. That one fouled off by Yarbrough. Once again, Yarbrough playing third base here this evening. He had that error in that, was it the first inning?
But he is listed as an outfielder, Frank, so I don't know if that's his regular position, and then maybe, hey, you want to play some third today? We'll see. But one thing I want to bring up, though, is, the Rebels, we still have a long season to go, folks. We go to July 3rd, 1st, or whatever, and if we get over this hump, at the early innings with the giving up the runs and all that, get over that, we'll be all right.
There's Rock Hockett's pitch. That one hit down the line to, the shortstop. Well, I thought Hockett had the ball because he was running there. That's Jaden Hanna goes to first base for the out. A 6-3 put out for the second out here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Very impressive. His first game right there, seeing Mr. Hanna doing that and looking good right there. Charged the ball. The grass definitely slowed it down, but picked it up and threw a strike right across the field.
That's going to bring up the center fielder, number 2, Garrett McCartney. McCartney made that great play out in center field, as Nittler really hit it hard. That one high for ball 1 by Hockett, as the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. No score. McCartney comes in batting 192. Oh. That one hit him?
Yep, that hit him.
That is the second hit batsman now. Give it up by Hockett.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was setting up outside or just missed, but Ricky Hockett is not afraid to come inside. We know that, but he uses that whole 17 inches of the plate. But right there, if you're going to let somebody on with 2 outs, that's when you do it. You do it with 2 outs because instead of the leadoff is what I'm getting at.
Well, for the Aviators, batting the shortstop number 3, Blake Bergonio.
It's going to usually take 2 hits to get him around now.
First pitch is in there for ball 1 down at the ground, I should say. And Bergonio reached on a base on balls and was left stranded at third base in the first inning. So he has been on the base path here tonight. And Ricky Hockett ready to go. The runner at McCartney just kind of challenging Hockett. Hockett never looked over. I thought he was going to be taken off. That one was fouled off as the count will now go to 1 ball, 1 strike.
And this is something that we talked about even as a team. I know I talked to the catchers this morning, but all the pitcher has to do is step off. Keep him at first base. I mean, focus on the hitter right now.
So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Begonio. And here's the pitch by Hockett. That one stays up high as the count now goes to 2-1.
It looks like that curve. It looks like he's trying to throw that curve just hanging right there. See, that's one pitch that's not working right now. But, I mean, I know his slider is. I know his fastball is.
So Ricky Hockett ready to go to work with a 2-1 count. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that's hit to the second baseman. Second baseman goes to his left, makes the play at first for out number 3. So a 4-3 put out. Great job there by second baseman Camden Jorgensen as he had to move quite a ways to his left, but was able to come up throwing for the out. So at the bottom half of the second inning for the Hayville Aiders, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 2 innings of play, we have no score. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined along by Mike Cavallo this evening as we go to the top half of the 3rd inning. No score so far, due up for the Newton Rebels. His first time as a Rebel, the catcher, number 16, Anthony Zeller.
You get to see him for the first time. He's batting 9th right now, and very impressive so far defensively.
That first pitch there by Wilson's in there for call strike 1 as we are in the top half of the 3rd inning.
It's pretty awesome, Frank, to see zeros. I mean, on their side, on that other, side of the.
That one misses outside for ball 1, so the count now evens up at 1-1. We'd like to welcome Anthony Zeller's family. If you're watching from home, we are going to enjoy watching this young man play. Here's the pitch. That one misses high for ball 2. So the count goes 2 balls, 1 strike now to Zeller.
A good eye right there, laid off that high fastball right there in his ball.
So this is Zeller's first time at the plate here this season. That one misses high for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike now to Zeller, who's catching here this evening for the Newton Rebels.
Okay, 3-1 count. You're looking only at 1 pitch, 1 spot.
Here's the pitch. That one in there for call strike. That will take the count to full now at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Zeller, and Corey Wilson ready to go to work. That one misses high for ball 4, so there will be a runner now on at first base. Wilson didn't miss that one by much, but that kind of sailed on him for ball.
I was going to say, Frank, I didn't get the chance, but Salem, Oregon, Zellner, and again, a teammate of Hannah at Western Oregon University.
Well, Mr. Carve, you only have one job, sir.
That's right. You got it in there.
You got it in there. Now batting for the Newton Rebels, that is the center fielder number 7, Justin Barnes. Barnes struck out his first time up. Barnes comes in batting .333, and he has appeared in 8 ball games. So here's the pitch to Barnes. A swing and a miss there by Barnes as the count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Runner on at first base with no outs here in the top half of the 3rd inning. If you're just now joining us, we have no score. And Corey Wilson ready to go to work with the 0-1 pitch. Looks like he's going to take his time. There he goes. There's a breaking ball hit right down the line. That's going to be foul as the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
And one thing Barnes needs to keep working on, that outside pitch, taking it the other way. He's been rapping right there. The first pitch, slider away, and he whiffed at it and missed it, and that one he jerked run that right down there to the baseline, but it was foul.
So no balls, 2 strikes now. And here is Wilson's pitch. That one outside, throw down to first base, not going to be in time as Zeller is in safely. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. He was trying to nibble that outside corner to get Barnes to chase it. Barnes did a good job of staying that pitch as the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
At least Wilson's getting some more pitching than that was five pitches that second inning he had.
Here's a pitch by Wilson. That one misses high for ball 2. That will even up the count now at 2-2.
One thing to look at is how many times Wilson's hat falls off, because I know in pregame he fell off like 3 times, Frank, and that's the second time in the game here. So always looking at things, always watching stuff.
But one thing about Barnes being up there, he's got a lot of speed, so hopefully the double play is not in effect here. We're going to have a timeout now, timeout by a home plate umpire. And my apologies, I was not able to get the names of the umpires here this evening, so I can't tell you who it is. Right now, let's see here. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled off there by Barnes as the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's battling right now.
Anthony Zeller on at first base as he walked as he led off the top half of the 3rd inning. So he is at first with no outs.
Sure be nice to get him over because you got the heat, I'd say the heart of the order right now for the Rebels coming up.
Well, it is 99 degrees here in Hayesville. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside. There's another throw down first base. That's going to get away. Zeller is up on his feet, but not going to advance as the right fielder. Nice job by the right fielder coming in and backing up, and he's able to, that's all right, as he's able to get to the ball before Zeller was able to go anywhere. So the count will go full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. No outs here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
Coach Ferguson right there, coaching first base, telling him stay right there.
And here is Wilson's 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, that hit right down the line. The third baseman, great job backing that up as Yarbrough moves to, goes to second base for the force out. Nice defensive job there by Yarbrough as he threw that to the second baseman, Benedict, with the force out. But I told you, there's no way they were going to get Barnes on a double play.
No, and that was a great backhand by Yarbrough. We're talking, is he really an outfielder that's just playing third? Right there, it shows why he is playing third today. Great backhand right there. Yeah, you're not gonna double him up.
That will bring up the second baseman, number 6, Camden Jurgensen. Jurgensen reached a on base as he hit a double. That one is fouled off by Jurgensen as the count now goes to no balls, 1 strike with 1 down and a runner still on at first base here in the top half of the 3rd inning. I was saying it was 99 degrees. We do have a south wind at 12 miles an hour. It says it feels like 97. But the thing about it is the humidity is only 38%. Do you remember we did a ball game here a couple days ago, and the humidity was like 87%, and we're up in the press box, and I mean we're sweating. We got an air condition, and that was the night that our machine went out. It was just so humid and hot. I remember going home and having to take a shower after I took the shower.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It was so humid. All right, the count is 1 ball, 1 strike, and a throw over to first base, and Barnes is in safely.
It's definitely the dog days of summer. That's I had a coach one time, a summer coach, saying this is where you find out the guys that really want to play.
And here is Wilson's pitch. There goes Barnes, taking a couple steps, but did not go. He was fouled off there by Jurgensen as the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we have Nolan Riley chasing down that foul ball and tossing it over to the Aviators dugout. One ball, 2 strikes. And Corey Wilson ready to go to work here as he is in his 3rd inning of work for the Aviators. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Jurgensen as he goes down swinging for out number 2. And that is the second strikeout recorded by Corey Wilson.
And the whole thing was that was a high pitch, but you have to swing because it was close enough. It just borderline right up there, and it might have actually been a ball, but you got to swing.
Well, he's protecting the plate. He didn't go down looking, so that's a good thing. That will bring up the left fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett.
Wingett, like we talked about, he's definitely coming on lately, and I mean he's the kind of guy who could hit the gaps here, Frank. There's a lot of gaps here in this field.
That one, first pitch is lifted to the second baseman. Second baseman, Benedict, will get under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So it's a fly out, F4 if you're scoring at home with us. And the top half of the third inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 2.5, we have no score. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Rebel. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Due up for the Aviators will be the second baseman, number 7, Brady Benedict. Benedict reached on a base hit his first time out. And then we had an unassisted out on him. That one is fouled off there by Benedict as the count goes to no balls and 1 strike.
I think you never talked about a break there. The teams are pretty aggressive. They're swinging at that first pitch, second pitch are very aggressive. And I don't know, I think, like, congratulations.
That one also fouled off there by Benedict, and the count will now go to no balls and 2 strikes.
Especially when you're bringing up, it's hot out there. And, unless it's your pitch, it's right there. But obviously now we got 1 hit, so.
That one lifted down the third base line. Nice job there by Nolan Riley as he makes the backhanded catch in foul territory. So there's 1 down now here in the bottom half of the third inning. Due up now is the right fielder, number 4, Austin Albright.
Riley right there, drop step, and this run. I mean, perfect example of what you're supposed to do on a ball over especially your right shoulder. It's a good job by Nolan Riley.
So Albright is now up. He got hit by a pitch his first time out. I think the count was 0-2 at the time when he got hit. And here's the pitch.
Yes, it was.
A swing and a miss there by Albright as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Good pitch there by Ricky Hockett.
And the benefits, though, of them being aggressive right now, Hockett, he just keep throwing his strikes, throwing his slider and his fastball and everything. His pitch count stays down, too.
So here's the pitch by Hockett. The breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Albright. And the count now goes to no balls, 2 strikes. What a great pitch. We're right back behind home plate here. Boy, you could really see that ball moving.
And that's the whole thing about that, Frank. It's about a foot outside.
Yeah.
And from a hitter right there, it looks like it's going to be right there on the edge. And, I'd throw the same pitch again, to be honest with you.
Well, the count is no balls, 2 strikes now to Albright. And here's the pitch by Hockett. A swing and a miss there. That ball into the ground, but throwing the ball to first base was the catcher there, Zeller. He stayed in front of it, did a great job. So far, Zeller's really been playing a good ball game here this evening. As we have 2 outs now, and that is the third strikeout, that is, by Ricky Hockett. As we have 2 down.
And here's the thing, Moore, in his last game against us, I don't even remember, Frank, but he had 4 walks against us and a strikeout. And then this last time he had the 4 sliders inside, whatever, and struck out 3 pitches.
So Corey Moore now the batter. First pitch by Hockett misses high for ball 1. We don't have a radar gun here, so I can't tell you how fast Ricky Hockett is throwing. It would be nice if we had that on this program, but we'll have to talk to our tech guy, Andrew Burgost.
It's about 86.
That one in there for call strike as the count will go now to 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's yours experience, Frank. It's about 86 right
86,
there.
well, yeah, you're a coach. I expected you to have a little timer with you and clicking it. 1-1 now the count to Moore. And here's the pitch by Hockett. That breaking ball just stays high. And the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. By the way, you're not able to see us at home, but we got some new gear on
Looks good.
here this evening.
You look good, man. I mean,
Well, except for one thing. I do have one little thing about it that we'll talk about that in a second. That one also misses high for ball 3. Do you know what it is? You don't know what
black.
it is? It's no, it's
No,
is it?
dark.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
black, but
dark,
it's
dark.
a nice looking dark black shirt. It makes us look a little bit more. It makes you a little bit more handsomer, and you could use it. So that one is
That's
fouled
right.
off as count goes now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's full count here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Oh, I always thought that the emblems should always go on the left-hand side.
Yeah, because they had that right over there. He said,
And
yeah.
cover it up is all we do.
Yeah, that's what we should have done.
Yeah, that's what we should have done. But that's the first thing I noticed that when I put it on, I go, wait a minute, emblem's on the wrong spot. That one is ball 4, and now there's going to be a runner on at first base with 2 down as Corey Moore reaches on a base on ball.
Yeah, Hockett thought he went around, but obviously the umpires didn't think so, so it's a ball 4.
That brings up the first baseman of 17, Isaac Kim. Well, I do want to thank you for the shirt because it is a nice-looking shirt. Too bad that the fans can't see us. Of course, that means if they see us shirts, they're going to have to see our faces too. That one misses low for ball 1.
Not by much right there. I mean, that's a good pitch right there. Good pitcher's pitch right there, Frank. That's
Yeah, definitely was. That was pretty close to being across the knees.
If you're going to miss low.
Here's Hockett's pitch. That one lifted into left field between the shortstop and the third baseman. So Isaac Kim records his first hit of the ball game, and that is the second hit recorded by the Hayesville Aviators. So now there'll be runners on at first and second with 2 down, and that will bring up the catcher, number 14, Devin Gardner. Gardner reached on a fielder's choice as there was an unassisted play.
No, Frank, it's pretty exciting. I mean, Sunflower League, just looking through rosters, all the guys all over the country. Unbelievable.
Here's the pitch by Hockett. That one in there, call strike 1 right across the knees, a breaking ball as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Once again, we are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, no score. There is a runner on at second base is Moore. Kim on at first base with 2 down. And here is Hockett's pitch. That one into the ground. Nice job there by Zeller as he moves his feet and body to the right. Stays in front of it just like a good catcher should.
Well, Zellner, what he did, he just dropped down. That's what the catcher does. Just drop down, don't come up, and then go down. He went straight down.
So that bounced in front of him, and he was able to keep it in front of him as the count goes 1-1. Another breaking ball in there for call strike. So the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Devin Gardner here in the bottom half of the 3rd.
The other thing Zellner does, he lets the umpire see the pitch. I mean, he gets down low and lets it good view.
Well, how tall is Zeller anyway?
He is 5'10", 185.
Breaking ball misses outside. Once again, Zeller drops down to his knees as the count will now even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are seeing just a little bit of buffing on our broadcast, and we apologize. We were told that if the computer got hot, that it would do that. Well, with it being 99 degrees out here, that's exactly what's happening. That one also low for ball 3. So it will be a full count now at 3-2 with runners on at first and second and 2 down. Both runners will be taken off on the pitch. And we need a big, big pitch here by Ricky Hockett. Ricky Hockett gets the sign, and he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That one lifted foul. As the count will stay full now at 3-2. There is ball games all around us here, Carv. I noticed the little leaguers are playing just to the right of us and then to the left of us.
It's definitely a busy place. I saw little kids over here. I mean, it's balls flying all over parents. It's your family type ballpark.
Well, they're using the park this evening, and that's great to see. And we're going to have a timeout now by Gardner, stepping out as the umpire lifts his arms up and calls time. Once again, it is a full count. Runners will be taken off on the pitch with 2 down.
And right here, like I said, I like to see Ricky throw that pitch, probably slide or something. He's throwing that well, what he has confidence in.
And here's the pitch by a swing and a miss there by Gardner as he goes down swinging for out number 3. A great pitch there, and that is the 4th strikeout recorded by Ricky Hawkhead.
Yeah, again, that was that slider that we talked about that he's been throwing. He's been very effective. He's still locating his fastball, trying to do some things with that. But right there, I would say that slider his on the away has been very, very effective.
So the bottom half of the 3rd inning for the Aviators, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 3, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer. I'm joined along by Mark Cavallo, general manager for the Newton Rebels. We go to the top of the 4th inning. No score here so far. Due up for the Newton Rebels is the 3rd baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley.
And Frank, we're in a situation we haven't seen. We're in a pitcher's duel. We got a pitcher's duel game right here, and we haven't seen too many of those.
Well, so far the Newton Rebels have scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and the Aviators have scored no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. The first pitch there by Corey Wilson to Riley is in there for call strike as the count now goes to no balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, that was a good pitch, but again, Riley can take those.
Swing and a miss there by Riley, and the count will now go to 0-2.
Let's see how he steps out of the box, takes a couple of hacks, slows down a little. Big breath, and he's ready to get back in there.
So no ball, 2 strikes, and here's Wilson's pitch. That fastball misses low for ball 1, as the count will now go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, we welcome you all to the telecast. We hope you're enjoying it. We hope that it's not buffing too much, and we hope that we sound good to you. We like to ask you to go ahead and make a comment. That one lifted foul by Riley. On the comment side on YouTube, we would like to announce your name on the air. We are going to get to a birthday that we have this evening, and that's coming up here just shortly. We'll make sure when he comes up the bat that we do get that information out. We do thank John and Linda Hanna for giving us that information. Here's the pitch. That one hit to the shortstop. Shortstop moves to his right a couple of paces. That's Bergonio goes to first for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out if you're scoring at home with us. Now there's 1 down now here in the top half of the 4th inning. That will bring up the first baseman, number 3, Corey Mason.
Going back to Riley right there. Still put the ball in play, Frank, down 0-2.
Mason batting .290 as he's appeared in 9 ball games, has 9 hits for the Newton Rebels. And here's the pitch by Wilson. That one hits the outside corner as the count now goes to no balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, they really have the lights on, Frank.
Yeah, they finally got the lights on here in the top half of the 4th inning, which is good. I just got a info that says it sounds very good. We thank you very much for that information. And that one misses inside as the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. And it says from Nana, I believe. So,
all right.
Must be grandma of somebody special. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside. And the count will go now to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Wilson, I noticed this time around, he's throwing a lot more movement. I think he's trying to pound fastballs early. If you look, the balls he's throwing looks like.
That fastball stays up high as the count will now go to 3 balls, 1 strike now to Corey Mason with 1 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. No score if you're just now joining us.
I see he also throws like a 2-seam, it looks like.
Fastball hits that outside corner as the count will go full now at 3-2. He's using those corners very well here this evening. Corey Wilson is. And here's the pitch by Wilson. Ball hit to the second baseman. Second baseman moves to his right. Benedict goes to first to Kim for out number 2. So a 4-3 put out for the second out. And now there is 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. That will bring up the designated hitter number 51, Bryce Nittler.
You know, Nittler is Brotman's teammate. I mean, they grew up together in Arkansas City, Kansas. Brotman went to Neosho County. Nittler went to Cali County.
That first pitch misses inside for ball 1. And I misspoke here. It's supposed to be John and Lisa Hannah. My apologies, Lisa.
It's very small print here.
Well, very small print there. Trying to look at the names and then also try to look at the keep up scoreboard here. 2-0 now the count, as we're having to do this manually on the broadcast. That one lifted hard, but it's going to be foul by Bryce Nittler. He really turned on that one, Carv.
You remember that first one? He had right deep center field, and I thought it might have burned McCarthy, but McCarthy was under it, made the catch. So we'll see. I mean, he's hitting the ball solid. He hasn't played in a while.
They say they can't hear you, so I'm going to turn you up a little bit. That one fouled off, and the count will stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Frank turns the mic down on me quite a bit there.
Well, apparently you don't have the voice that I have because I try to set yours just a tad higher. Go ahead and say something.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Hey.
That's the way you're supposed to do it. Here's the pitch. That one a breaking ball in there for call strike, and Nittler goes down swinging for out number 3. So the top half of the 4th inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5, we have no score. We're going to go through the names here. The reason that we go away, break away, and we say we'll be right back is because we got caught with music being played. Warner Brothers doesn't appreciate that, and we get a lot of emails about being sued. So that's why we have to break away when we do. But we do want to say hi to David Virginie. We have John and Lisa Hannah, Bob Brotman, Christy Frazier, and we welcome you to the broadcast. We know that there's more of you out there that just have not typed your names up yet, but you're more than welcome to. Like I say, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. We have no score, and due up for the Hayesville Aviators will be the left fielder number 1, Drew Bristow. Well, Carl, we're not the only ones doing the broadcast. Also, the Hayesville Aviators are doing the broadcast. Mr. Todd Hook, the announcer for the Aviators, is up in the booth with the air conditioning.
They got it made up.
They got it made up there, and we're out here. But we get to enjoy the view, and we get a chance to see the fans out here. Our first pitch is called strike 1 as we are down at the bottom half of the 4th inning to Drew Bristow. Here's the pitch. That one misses high for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike now to Bristow. Due up next is Yarbrough and McCartney in the hole. Here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. No score. That one is lifted to the infield. The first baseman, Corey Mason, will be making the catch for out number 1. So an F3 is the play, and that one goes in the book for the first out. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 5, Traylon Yarbrough. Yarbrough grounded out to the shortstop his first time out, which was a great play there by Hannah, which a routine play, the way it's supposed to be, basically. Good. But it was a good play. I love the way he charged the ball. That one fouled off there to Yarbrough, did, as the count now goes no balls, 1 strike.
And this is something that you and I talk about. I mean, when you got you're throwing strikes, your defense is right there behind you. And right now they've been flawless.
And here's the pitch by Hockett, as that one is fouled off, and count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, John and Lisa, they were the ones that sent us the message about the birthday that's coming up, and we'll make sure that we make that announcement here in the next inning. And it is Lisa, not Linda. My apologies. And that one gets away from Hockett as the count now goes to 1-2
Right there, he's still hitting the count. It's 1-2, so I mean, he was 0-2. So I mean, that's right there. Just he could do some pitches like he has 3-4 good pitches.
And here's a pitch by Hockett. Breaking ball, that one fouled off by Yarborough. And the count will stay at 1-2. The reason I have the print so tiny on that is anytime my grandkids come by and see my screen, they go, "Grandpa, you can see that a mile away." I always have the print so big because I can't see it. Well, here we got it kind of low.
Whoa.
That one just misses as Ricky Hockett thought he had that strikeout.
Yeah.
But instead, the count will go down to 2-2.
Well, that's the thing we noticed earlier. Remember, he had that high zone. I mean, the low zone. So there was ones that were up there where he was calling balls anyway.
Yep, he was. The count goes full now at 3-2. Well, that's all we ask of an umpire, to be consistent, and he has been this evening. It gives all players a fair chance. So the count is full now at 3-2. And here is Hockett's pitch. That one misses high for ball 4. So Yarborough will be on at first base with one down here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. That will bring up the center fielder, number 2, Garrett McCurtney.
Yeah, and that's Hockett's third walk. But right now, just get that double play right here and get out of this inning. Because, like I said, Ricky, we got to keep that pitch count down, and hopefully the offense starts figuring out Wilson. I mean, starts coming after him and see what happens.
Okay, they say your sound is better on your voice there, so
all right,
as they can hear you now, that's great. Once again, we appreciate the feedback on that. It helps us out. Being part of a team is what we say. That one lifted into center field, and that looks like center fielder Barnes will make a catch for out number 2. So Yarborough is on at first base. He can fly out to center field for out number 2. And coming up, there we go. Coming up will be the shortstop number 3, Blake Bergogno.
Yeah, and he
Bergogno. Correction, Bergogno. I knew it wasn't gone. Okay, there we go. First pitch to him is misses high for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes to Bergogno.
You know, he had a couple of hits the other day. He was batting down in that 7 hole.
Throw over to first base. In safely is Yarborough.
But he had a couple of hits the last game. So, I mean, definitely he shows he's a hitter now. Now, of course, he proved it. So they put him at the leadoff.
1 ball, no strikes now to Bergogno. And here's the pitch by Hockett. That one hits the outside corner as the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Bergogno. Bergogno reached on the base on balls, was left stranded at third base, and he grounded out to the second baseman his second time up. We do have 2 down here in the bottom half of the fourth. There is a runner on at first base and no score. Here's the pitch by Hockett, just misses high, as that will take the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. We would like to let you know, not sure what we're going to do on Monday the 21st. I will be out of town, and we haven't discussed it yet. Great pitch there by Hockett, just misses high as the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. I will be out of town and not able to announce the game on the 21st. I have talked to Carv, the general manager here, told him that if they wanted to use the equipment, they're more than welcome to. And
I think Jake Gibbs, I think we're going to get him up there. That's what him and I were texting back and forth here a little while ago.
So you guys are welcome to broadcast, or you're welcome to just run the camera, and so they can at least see what's going on. But that's the 21st on Monday, day after Father's Day. I will be out of town for a couple days, and here's the pitch. Ball lifted into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Rounding second base is Yarborough, as he will end up in third base. And, boy, that kind of sounded awful funny.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it was a broken bat or not, but Bergogno is on at first base with his first hit of the game, and that will bring up the second baseman, number 7, Brady Benedict.
Yeah, definitely sounded like it. And Austin Albright got the bat, and they're banging on the ground with it, so they're looking at it. They're probably a broken bat.
So the Anthony Zeller goes out to talk to Ricky Hockett. as there is now runners at first and third with 2 down. Here in the bottom half, fourth inning. No score yet so far.
Well, and right now you got the first and third, so Zellner is new. So, go over the signals and make sure that right now I just say, Rick, you need to just focus on the hitter. You got 2 outs, and don't worry about the runner if he runs to second base, or just don't go for that play where they try to get a run down and delay type thing, and then the runner on third scores.
Here's the throw to first base, and in safely is Bergonio. So Ricky Hockett now ready to go to work with to Brady Benedict. As we have 2 down, there goes the runner to, and the ball lifted into center field. That's going to be in for base hit. That was a hit and run there as Bergonio was taken off on the pitch. He ends up at third base. Benedict records his first hit of the ball game, second hit of the ball game, and the first RBI. Scoring from third base was Traylon Yarbrough. So the score is 1-0 now in favor of the Hayesville Aviators, and I believe that was the 4th hit of the ball game.
And right there, Frank, that was probably would have been a ball. How the umpire's calling that upstairs fastball, but he was ready to jump for that fastball. He's ready for it.
Breaking ball misses by Hockett, as the count is 1 ball, no strikes.
And right now he's throwing a little high. That's a concern as a coach. You go, is he getting tired or whatever? Because now he's getting his pitch count up there now.
Well, we do have some action in the bullpen, this being the 4th inning for Ricky Hockett. Here's the pitch by Hockett. That one is fouled off, and it's going to be out of play as the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Plus, they're going to be seeing him the third time around. Now, the third time around, I always feel that benefits the hitter.
So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Austin Albright. We have Benedict at first base and Bergonio at third base. That one breaking ball in there for a call strike. The count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And I do like the way Ricky Hockett pitches. He's in control. He's, he stays cool. There was a couple of questionable calls, but he maintained his composure.
And here's a Hockett's pitch. 1-2 count. Breaking ball, that one fouled to the right-hand side. That will be out of play. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Hannah being a new ball player for us, he has not been able to make contact with him. You say this is first day here?
Yeah,
and
just met him.
Yeah, and so I usually what I do with the players, all players, I have a sheet on them. It gives me their names of the parents. That one is called strike for strike number 3. Sorry about that. For the 3rd out. And the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Hayesville Aviators. They score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end, 4 innings of play. It is the Hayesville Aviators 1 and the Newton Rebels 0. Anyway, what I was saying was we have a book that's got everybody's name, the parents' names, their siblings' names, the college that they went to, who their favorite player is, and then who they would like to spend 5 minutes with. So I'll be getting that from the players that have just joined the team, and so that's why I've been not being able to see John and Lisa Hannah's names. I called her Linda, and I'm still feeling bad about that.
Well, Frank, I was going to tell you.
I had John married to somebody else.
But I was going to tell you about, you talk about the 5 minutes that you want to spend with somebody.
Yep.
I heard some guys saying it was you.
Oh,
because
no.
Because 5 minutes means that they were.
That's the player of the game.
Yeah, so I got 5 minutes. I'm with Frank Martinez. That means I'm the player of the game. So
that's good philosophy.
I heard a couple guys talking about that. So that's pretty neat.
Well, that's good. Hopefully they'll get a chance to make it down here. Once again, we're going to have to. Well, they're going to go ahead and go, so we're going to go ahead and go. All right, due up here in the top half of the 5th inning, as the score is 1-0, will be the birthday boy, shortstop number 11, Jaden Hanna. It is his 23rd birthday,
wow.
And John and Lisa Hanna are letting us know, so we appreciate that. So happy birthday to Jaden Hanna. Celebrating here this evening with the Newton Rebels. Hopefully they get a victory for Mr. Hanna. He is up for the 2nd time. He flew out to the second baseman his first time up. And we welcome John and Lisa Hanna to the Newton Rebels family. That one in there for call strike. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike.
Well, it might have been a little low. The catcher caught it just above the ground, but called it a strike.
And here is Wilson's pitch as he goes to the fifth inning work. That one lifted to the shortstop. Shortstop backing up. It looks like the center fielder is going to call him off, and that is Garrett McCartney as he makes the catch for out number 1. So we have one down now here in the top half of the fifth inning. The score 1-0 in favor of Hayesville. That will bring up the right fielder, number 8, Thomas Capion.
Yeah, they need to get something going. They haven't, getting that leadoff guy on is key, and that's something I think it's only happened
There's
once.
Capion's hit ball to the left fielder. Another hard hit there by Capion, but right to the left fielder, Bristow, as he was moving to his left and made that catch for the second out.
Again, that's 3 pitches right there. So I'd say right now Wilson, he's in control right now because he's got these guys swinging early in the count, and his pitch count's got to be down quite a bit.
I'll bring up the catcher number 16, Anthony Zeller. First pitch to Zeller misses for ball 1 as the count goes 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down here in the top half of the fifth. 1-0 to score in favor of Hayesville. A good, clean game so far as the walks. There's a hard hit ball into right center field. The right fielder looks like he's going to call for it, makes the catch for out number 3. Right fielder is Austin Albright. So we have 3 flyouts. All outfielders a chance to make a play there in this inning. So the top half of the fifth inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on no hits, errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 4.5 innings of play, it is the Hayesville Aviators 1 and the Newton Rebels 0. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. The score, the Hayesville Aviators 1 and the Newton Rebels 0. We're due up here in the bottom half of the fifth for the Aviators will be the designated hitter number 23, Corey Moore. Moore is 0 for 1 here tonight as he struck out his first time up, and then he reached on a base on balls and was left stranded at second base in the third inning. Ricky Hockett now ready to go to work in his 5th inning of work, and I'm sure that they're going to be watching him pretty close.
Yeah, they're going to be watching him. I mean, it's a great pitcher's duel.
Here's Hockett's pitch. That fastball is lifted foul for call strike 1. And let me get to the bottom half of the 5th inning so we can keep the score. There we go.
But one thing I noticed, Frank, I mean, if you look at Wilson, he's got 20 less pitches than Hockett right now.
And that's because the Newton Rebels are swinging at the first, second. Yeah, exactly right.
Only 7 pitches the last inning.
And here's the pitch by Hockett. Breaking ball misses. Well, it did hit him, it looks like. So there will be a runner on at first base with no outs. Hit batsmen and base on balls just have gotten us in trouble this year. That will bring up the first baseman, number 17, Isaac Kelm.
Yeah, I mean, this game right here, I think it's more the hitters. I think they need to be more patient. I mean, because Wilson's around the zone, and make them work a little, and like you were talking about in this heat.
Well, Ricky Hockett has been around the zone also. There's the pitch by Hockett. That one in there for call strike 1 ball. As the count now goes to no balls, 1 strike.
But they're laying off a lot of the. If you notice,
they are exactly right. I hear what you're saying. So no balls, 1 strike now to Isaac Kim, who's playing first base here this evening for the Aviators. That fastball misses low for ball 1. As the count will now move to 1 ball, 1 strike. here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1-0 is the score in favor of the Aviators. And here's Ricky Hockett. Now it's starting to get a little humid here. Here's the pitch. That ball lifted to the right-hand side. Corey Mason moving to the dugout area, but that's going to be out of play.
Yeah, good hustle there. It was very good hustle.
As the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. You're going to have to take the mic for a second. I got a frog in my throat.
No, I just think right now, Ricky just, try to get out of this inning, try to get out of it in the least amount of pitches that he can right now, Frank, because if he wants to go another inning, I think right now they have the bullpen, some guys in the bullpen, and they want to keep this a very close game.
Here's the pitch. That one is also fouled off by Isaac Kim. Found out that wasn't a frog, it was a toad.
Okay, I thought I heard that.
Yeah. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Kim. And Ricky Hockett trying to get an out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. There's the pitch. Breaking ball, that one right to the third baseman, just right of the third base, I should say, as the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Isaac Kim turned on that one and just hit it right down the line, but it was right of the third baseman, so it was foul.
And Riley a little closer to the third base than he was, so just reading that.
So Nolan Riley now is a lot closer to the third base. I noticed
that
he
he
really
was.
moved over, didn't he?
Yep.
After him turned on that one. And here's the pitch by Hockett. That breaking ball, that is going to be hit to the third baseman. He bobbles the ball, but he's able to go to first base for the out, as he was going to go to second, and you could tell that he was thinking about it, but he dropped the ball, then was able to come up with it and threw the first base in time. So we have a 5-3 put out, and the runner Moore moves to second base on the play. That will bring up the catcher number 14, Devin Gardner.
And it's just like Newton's grass infield. I mean, it kind of, you anticipate the ball getting there quicker, and then it slipped. I think that's what threw Riley off, but guess what? He stayed with it and got the out.
So we have one down now here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, runner on at second base. That will bring up the catcher number 14, Devin Gardner. Gardner got reached on the fielder's choice and then struck out in the 3rd inning.
But, I mean, definitely like to keep this a one-run game. However, the Rebels can, especially with them, struggling. Yeah, they're out hitting the team 4-1, but they can't put it together.
So the count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Gardner. Here's the pitch. That one right across the knees as the umpire calls strike. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, so far the Aviators have scored 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error, and the Newton Rebels have scored no runs on 1 hit. And that 1 hit was that double recorded by Jurgensen in the 1st inning. That's the only hit that they got. That one hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be in for a base hit to right field. And coming around third base will be Moore. Here comes the throw into home, but not going to be in time. And Moore will score, and that will now take the score to 2-0. And that is the 5th hit recorded by the Hayesville Aviators.
Yeah, and he just inside out at that. I mean, there was ball inside, just kind of inside out, much like you see Derek Jeter used to do. And little base hit, little flare over to right field was good enough to score him.
He doesn't have to be hit hard. Looks like that's going to be it for Ricky Hockett. And I'll try to get his numbers here if we can. Let's see here. I'm not sure whether they're using a point streak or not. I'm hoping they are, because then I will be able to get you those numbers a lot easier.
Yeah, Frank, one that made a mistake. I mean, talking about the hitting, I mean, the Rebels, obviously, they got the 1 hit. And the Aviators have 5. And that's definitely making a difference because they're getting timely hits.
That is going to be it for Ricky Hockett. You see who happened to come in, sir?
That's what I was looking at. Let's see.
I think that's is that Maley, number 30? Not tall enough. I think it's 21. We got a 21.
Dylan Swanson.
Okay, looks like a left-handed thrower, number 21. Dylan Swanson will be now coming in for the Newton Rebels. This is his first time here. Go ahead and give us some info.
Yeah, a lot of first-time guys today. Woodland Hills, California, 6'1", 175, from Moore Park College, and he's a freshman. He's finished his freshman season.
So Dylan Swanson now coming in to pitch.
A teammate of Rocco Armini and also DJ Virginia. So,
Okay.
I mean, you have that little Moore Park connection right here.
Ricky Hockett went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. He recorded 3 base on balls, 5 strikeouts as he faced 24 batters here tonight. It's not a bad evening. Just haven't got the production yet from the Newton Rebels, as they've only recorded 1 base hit. So 2 runs, yep, and that runner on first base will be credited to Hockett if he does score. So Dylan Swanson now coming in to pitch for the Newton Rebels. And
Like I said, I liked Ricky's game. I just felt that the offense didn't back him up a lot. I thought that they, jumping on pitches and work the pitcher a little. Let's get a walk or 2 here or there.
Well, last time Ricky Hockett pitched, I think we won 11-3 against Great Bend was I think the score at the time when he came out of the ball game, and so they gave him a lot of production. We ended up I think scoring 11 runs on 16 hits that game. So. That's a big difference from 16 hits to 1.
Right, and like I said, right now, I mean, he pitched a heck of a game, and I'm glad to see that Ricky's been a consistent starter for us.
So Dylan Swanson now the pitcher. Due up is left fielder number 1, Drew Bristow. And that one comes clear back to the backstop here. The Gardner moves to second base, and looked like Mr. Swanson just tried to
throwing it to you.
I was right here, but I didn't have a glove. Looks like he was just trying to overthrow that one there. He just really came back on that throw there. So the count is
yeah, I think when he saw that runner go, I mean, that was a good move. But the Aviators to just take off because he's like startled and it's threw it wild.
So 1 ball, no strikes as the runner is on that second base there's the pitch there by Swanson, misses inside for ball 2.
He kind of has a wicked,
Yeah, I was going to say he kind of steps to the.
Yeah,
he's a left here, so he kind of steps to his left, but he throws across his body, and it is kind of weird. I shouldn't say weird. I mean different.
Whoa.
There's another one right back at us, as we are back behind home plate, and moving over to third base is Gardner.
I was going to say Zeller has no chance right there.
No, those pitches were not anywhere close to home plate.
And like I said, it could be a lot of nerves. It could be whatever, but I'm sure, the coach from Moore Park's going, hey, what's going on? He usually doesn't do this. But I think a lot of times the players come here and they're a little nervous, especially that first time out, Frank.
Yeah. Well, I noticed one thing, too. That's the reason why I said it's not as tall enough to be one of the players there, because the mound's not very very high here.
No,
like it is in some spots. Well, like WSU and even Newton is higher than this.
Yeah, they fix that mound so it's a little regulation, which is a little higher.
So the count is 3 balls, no strikes now to Bristow, as Gardner is on at third base with 1 down, and here is Swanson's pitch. That one misses high for ball 4. So he walks Bristow on 4 pitches, and that will put the runners now on at first and second with 1 down. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 5, Traylon Yarborough.
And I'm pretty sure Bristow is going to be probably taking off here.
Yeah, I'm sure Bristow will be taking off here. That's exactly what Gardner did to kind of rattle him up a little bit. And here's the pitch. That one in there, called strike. And the count goes to 1 strike now to Yarborough. Yarborough reached on the base on balls and scored the first run of the ball game for the Aviators as Benedict hit him in at the RBI.
Yeah, Swanson needs to take a big breath. Let's let it go.
And here's the pitch by Swanson. That one just misses inside. His count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, that pitching change is sponsored by Ray Roofings. They have you covered. As Swanson came in here in the 5th inning. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Yarborough.
Lefty on lefty right here.
And Swanson ready to go to work. That pitch is in there for call strike as the count now goes to 1-2 now to Traylon Yarbrough. Bristol at first. Gardner on at third with one down here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. 2-0 is the score in favor of Hayesville. Hayesville has 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. And here's the pitch by Swanson. That one is a swing and a miss there by Yarbrough as he goes down swinging for out number 2, and that is the first strikeout recorded by Dylan Swanson as a Newton Rebel.
Yeah,
as we have 2 down.
And Swanson, I mean, I don't know if people can see it on the screen there, but it looks like somebody's going to first base. It almost looks like he's going to first, and this comes, like you said, you know, it plants his foot go towards first, and then comes over across his body, and he throws hard.
He does throw hard. That brings up the center fielder number 2, Garrett McCartney. McCartney is up with 2 down. Runners on at first and third. And here's the pitch by Yarbrough. There goes the runner to second base, and they're just going to let him have it. So Bristol will end up at second base now. And the count was 1 ball, no strike, as that one misses inside for the ball.
Yeah, just focus on that hitter right now.
1 ball, no strikes to McCartney, and here's the pitch by Swanson. That one misses high, and a great job there by Anthony Zeller as he really had to reach to his right there to even get a glove on it, but he was able to make the stop. 2-0 now the count.
I was going to say Zeller, first day here, gets in the game, and he looks amazing, but wow.
Well, when he's missed by quite a ways, but when he's around that strike zone, he's really zipping them in there.
Yep.
So here's the pitch by Swanson. That one a breaking ball in there for call strike as the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. We have runners on second and third base with 2 down here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. 2-0 is the score in favor of the Aviators. And Dylan Swanson in on relief with a 2-1 count to Garrett McCartney. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball just misses high. Woo, that was awful close.
Yeah.
As the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, he, and he calls, I don't know, some of those I think are borderline right on that strike, zone right there. But he's been, like you said, he's been consistent. He's not calling those.
So 3 balls, 1 strike now to McCartney. And here is Swanson's pitch. That one misses high for ball 4. So that is the second walk given up by Dylan Swanson here in the inning. That will load up the bases, and that will bring up the shortstop number 3, Blake Bergonio. Bergonio now up with 2 down here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Well, Swanson got no place to put him, so he's going to have to throw strikes. Here's a pitch by Swan. That one misses outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes now to Bergonio.
I don't know. I can't tell if any the Rebels have anybody in the bullpen right now. You don't know the young man's his first outing, if he feels uncomfortable or what. But, you always want to make sure, especially in a close game, that somebody will be ready.
Swing and a miss there by Bergonio as the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. A great pitch there by Dylan Swanson as he really challenged him.
Bergonio, I mean, he's 5'10", 160, not a big guy, but he's very effective, fast, puts the ball in play usually.
Like swing and a miss there once again by Bergonio, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'd like to welcome Connie Miller, who is watching.
Hey, Connie.
Well, Connie Miller wants to know what Anthony Zeller's favorite kiss. I think she's Connie Miller's maybe cooking up cake.
Nice.
There's a swing and a miss there by Bergonio as he goes down swinging. Out number 3. And that is the second strikeout recorded by Dylan Swanson here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. But not before the Aviators. They score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 3 left on base. At the end of 5 innings of play, that takes the score to the Hayesville Aviators 2, the New Rebels 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you out to the Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the sixth inning. Due up for the Newton Rebels. Once again, this is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mark Cavallo, our general manager. Due up for the Rebels is the center fielder number 7, Justin Barnes.
Yeah, right now, I was going to say that really it'd be nice to get that leadoff guy on. They've had one leadoff guy on, and he was taken out by a force out. But the thing is, I'd say Wilson's doing a great job, and I think the Rebel hitters need to be a little more patient.
Just a little bit more patient. There's the first pitch hit up the middle. The shortstop moves to his left, goes to first base for out number 1, Bergonio. So it is a 6-3 put out for the first out. And once again, one pitch, one out.
Yeah, and that was Frank, and I don't get it. I talked to some of the hitters earlier today when I met some of them. I said, why isn't anybody on a pitcher? I mean, we only got one hit. Put a bunt down. Do a drag bunt. Get him off that mound. Get him off his rhythm. And that was something that you and I grew up with, we used to do.
Now up is Cameron Jurgensen, second for the Newton Rebels. As we are in the top half of the sixth inning, 2-0 is the score. You're just now joining us. And here's the pitch. Out, swing and a miss there by Jurgensen as the count goes to 0-2
And the thing is about that, Frank, you don't always have to. You don't have to have the coach tell you to bunt it. Or if you're a question, ask coach, hey, you mind if I drag one down the line?
That one hit to the right-hand side, going to be foul as the count stays at 0-2. Connie Miller from Newton, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, she's apparently going to cook a cake. We'd like to welcome Connie Miller. Also, Jan Hansen, she says, go Rebels. We thank you very much for joining our broadcast. We hope you're enjoying it.
Whoa.
And there's a pitch that's low at the knees for strike 3. So Jurgensen goes down looking. That's the second strikeout for Jurgensen here in the ball game. And that is the fourth strikeout recorded by Corey Wilson. So we have 2 down now, and that will bring up the left fielder number 14, Trey Wingett. And here's the pitch by Wilson. That one lifted to the third base side, and not able to get to it is the third baseman.
So it's foul.
Yarbrough, but it is in foul territory. So looks like Wingett will have life again as that one went off the glove of Yarbrough. Once again, it was in foul territory. In Yarbrough's defense, that was going to be a tough play to make, but he did get a glove on it. So the count is 0-1 strike now to Trey Wingett. Nolan Riley on deck if we get that far. There is 2 down here in the top half of the sixth inning. Rebels are down 2-0 now to the Aviators. Here's the pitch by Wilson. That one just is inside as that will even up the count now at 1-1 strike.
Yeah, I was looking up Corey Wilson at Carson Newman, and he had a 3-1 record.
That one is fouled off there by Wingett as the count now goes to 1-2. It's kind of cooled off here, Carv.
Yeah.
Of course, we were in the shade to begin with, but it's showing that it's 88 degrees now here in Hayesville. Humidity has gone up a little bit. It's 40%, and I could tell that.
Yes, you can.
And it is south to southeast at 10 miles an hour. The Rebels had the red jerseys on to begin with when they to batting practice. That one, Wingett hits it to center field backing up, and that's going to be, looks like against the fence there as it falls in for a double. Wingett records his first hit of the ball game, and that is a double by Trey Wingett. That is the second hit recorded by the Newton Rebels, so there'll be a runner on at second base with 2 down, and that double is sponsored by Cobra Enterprise, Store and Stuff, and Realty Connections. So we thank all our sponsors. Also, I forgot to mention our host families. We want to make sure that we thank our host families.
Well, speaking of Connie Miller, she's the ultimate. She's the women kids that she's had.
So we do thank all our host families. We do appreciate it. Due up now is Nolan Riley. That first pitch to Riley is in there for call strike. We do have 2 down, but we do have a duck on the pond, as they say, with a runner on at second base and 2 down. Again, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast, and here is Corey Wilson's pitch. Fastball just down at the knees, and now takes the count now to 0-2.
Yeah, I was looking at his numbers, Corey Wilson, because this thing is as coaches do, Frank.
Yep.
He had 21 innings pitched this spring. So, obviously he's probably a reliever guy. He did 7 strikeouts a game, so, that's pretty good.
So the count is no balls, 2 strikes now to Riley as the home plate umpire called timeout. Riley stepped out for a second, and we're ready to get back to work.
What is surprising was his ERA was 13.08.
Wow.
He's not looking like it now.
Well, one fouled off there by Nolan Riley as the count stays at 0-2.
He's been very impressive. He's around the zone. He's getting that. I'm looking over there to see if they have anybody in the bullpen over there. I think they get somebody who's kind of loose. I've been impressed with him, but again, he's around the zone, and we've helped him out a little.
No balls, 2 strikes now to Nolan Riley. Here's a pitch. That one hits to the right-hand side. That's going to be out of play. And good job once again by Nolan Riley. As we talked about Nolan all season long, he's just a tough out.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I think he has. We got to see him last year, and I think he has the best approach in the league that I saw last year, and I think each year I remember.
Well, he's definitely a tough out. So he's ready to go to work here, and here is Wilson's pitch. That one hit right back out the middle, and look what I got in my glove, says Corey Wilson, as he sticks his glove out and the ball ends up in his glove for the 3rd out. Another hard hit ball there by the Rebels, but right at Corey Wilson, the pitcher, for the out. So the top half of the 6th inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5 1/2, it is the Hayesville Aviators 2 and the Newton Rebels 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Due up for the Hayesville Aviators. The score is 2-0 in favor of Hayesville. Is the second baseman, number 7, Brady Benedict. Well, a good ball game here so far. For the Newton Rebels, they've scored no runs on 2 hits, no errors. And for the Hayesville Aviators, they scored 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Dylan Swanson now in his second inning of leave. That one misses low for ball 1. So we are on the bottom half of the 6th. Let me get over there, and the first pitch is ball 1.
It's funny, you see where John and Lisa, they're talking about Jaden likes chocolate milk, and of course, chocolate. I saw him this morning, and he said after a little workout.
That one lifted down the first base line, and somebody better touch that before it goes fair, because Mr. Benedict had already passed him. Nice job there by Corey Mason as he hustled for that ball, and it's going to be a foul ball as the count goes to 1-1. Sorry about that.
So, anyway, so after this little workout we had, introduced ourselves and got some ground balls and this and that. He says, "Yeah, because I want to go get some chocolate milk." And a couple of the guys go, "What?" And I said, "Hey, I'm a chocolate milk guy. I always have, some in the refrigerator or whatever." And we go, "Yeah, all right." So we got some in common right there.
Well, he's my kind of guy too, because I like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I don't mind a donut every once in a while with the chocolate milk. Here's the pitch by Swanson. That one lifted into left field. That's going to fall in front of the left fielder, Wingett. Another base hit there by Benedict. That is his third hit of the ball game for Benedict, and that is the sixth hit of the ball game for the Hayesville Aviators. So they will be on a runner on at first base with no outs here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. The batter, right fielder number 4, Austin Albright.
It's going to be interesting. I don't know if they're going to bunt. I think they've been just running more than anything, in this series.
And here is Swanson's pitch. He squares around a bunt and he misses that, so that's called strike, as the count is no balls, 1 strike. Albright just kind of stood there and just let it go past the bat, and umpire said, looks like the pitcher's okay, so we won't mess with the color on it. There's no need. And thank you very much for the information.
Yeah, Nolan Riley needs to be about square up. You got to respect that. He could be putting a bunt down.
And here's the pitch by Swanson. That one misses outside as the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Not sure whether it's John or Lisa that's posting this, but they're telling everything about about Anthony. Jaden.
He likes our food, though. He loves
Yeah,
pancakes, too. So
there's the pitch. That one breaking high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Austin Albright.
yeah, I see a ball. I can't see because we're blocked out, but I see a ball flying around over there above the dugout in the cage over there. Somebody's throwing.
Yep. So Dylan Swanson here in his second inning of work as he came in the 5th inning. There goes the runner, and that one misses high. There's the throw down to second base, and it's not going to be in time. It was a good toss there by Anthony Zeller.
Yep.
And making the tag was the shortstop Hannah, but not in time. So there's a stolen base there by Brady Benedict.
Yeah, the throw is just a little to the left, on the third base side of the bag. But, Hannah made a good pickup and just kind of discontinued with the tag.
Yep.
But he was there.
So the count is 3 balls, 1 strike now to Austin Albright, as Dylan Swanson ready to go to work. There's the pitch, a swing and a miss there by Albright, and that will take the count to full now at 3-2. Once again, runner on at second base with no outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as the Hayesville Aviators are trying to put another run across. And Dylan Swanson now ready with the 3-2 pitch. And here it is. That one misses outside for ball 4. So another walk given up. And now there'll be runners on at first and second. And that will bring up the designated hitter number 23, Corey Moore. And here comes head coach Brett Clark. Maybe all for Mr. Dylan Swanson. Will let you know exactly what his numbers are if he does take him out. There is some of the players are coming out like he is coming out of the ball game, and that is going to be it for Dylan Swanson. Not a bad performance there for Dylan for the first time as a Newton Rebel.
Yeah.
The players are all and congratulating him on his work.
And like I said, a lot of these guys, they definitely need work and all that, and they need to come in there. But, I was pretty impressed. Like I said, he has an unorthodox style of throwing, but it's very effective, and nobody really hit him. There was one hit off of him. So, that's what he needs to do, just cut down the walks, hit batters. Just to kind of let him pitch the contact is what we call it, Frank. Go ahead and use your defense. And once he does that, I don't think, I don't even know if they'll hit 200 off him. So, as a team. So, he's very effective, and let's see how he grows over the summer.
Well, we're going to have a pitching change here now for the Newton Rebels. Coming in the pitch will be number 18, Rylan Wallenford.
Yeah, Wallenford from Blair, Nebraska, 5'11", 178 pounds, Southwest Tennessee State. He's a utility player. Definitely he can play second, third. We've seen him DH, and he also pitches. We saw this last week.
Well, I believe the last time that we did have a player of the game, Wallenford was one of their games.
Yeah, as a pitcher.
As pitcher, exactly right. So they did a good job, and we're going to go ahead and give you Dylan Swanson's final numbers. He went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 2 base on balls, 2 strikeouts as he faced 5 batters. So nice work there by Dylan Swanson for his first time as a Rebel. And so now Rylan Wallingford will be coming in to pitch for the Newton Rebels. And let me see if I got something on.
Frank, I was going to point out, too, the Aviators have had 3 leadoff guys on in the 6 innings. The Rebels had 1. Again, he was forced out. But, you know, that's one thing. That's a key, man. Getting those leadoff guys on, they're very important every inning. You know, you might not be the leadoff guy of the game starting off, but you might be the leadoff guy in the next inning, the second, third, or fourth inning. Try to get on base.
So Wallingford so far has pitched in 1 game. He has gone 2 2/3 innings, has given up. And Wallingford has the runner caught in between, and he's going to be out at third base. So there's going to be 1 out. Nice job there by Wallingford as he stepped off and the runners were taken off. Going to second base will be Albright, and that is a 1-5 put out for the first out.
Yeah, no, and he did the right thing, stepped off, stayed under composure, he kept his composure.
Right. Well, what I like what he did was he ran directly at the runner.
Made him commit.
Make him commit, exactly right. So let me go. 2 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 base on balls, 2 strikeouts, and he gave up 1 double. Comes in with a 0.00 ERA. So he has pitched for us, and he's back in relief here this evening. The count goes to 1 ball, no strikes now to Destiny hitter number 23, Corey Moore. And Wallingford ready to go to work. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes now to Corey Moore.
Yep, that's just need to keep this. We can keep this within 2 runs. I mean, we've seen us explode. We've got, you know, we've put up our own crooked numbers so far. And also, I think Wilson's got to be getting tired. What do you think? I mean, to their bullpen pretty soon.
A lot of innings there. Another one almost had him picked off at second base. Nice move there by Rylan Wallingford.
That's the thing about, like, why I brought that up about his Carson Simmons this spring. You know, obviously he wasn't a guy that went 7. You know, he had 21 innings the whole spring.
Here's the pitch there by Wallingford in there for a call strike as the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. We'd like to say hi to Rylan Wallingford's parents, Tina and Don Wallingford. Has 2 siblings, Cody and Maya, I believe it is pronounced. And his favorite player is Big Papi, David Ortiz, and Xander Bogaerts. And there's a swing and a miss there by Moore as the count will even up now at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's some good off speed on the inside, and that's one thing that they've been throwing more. I mean, his first strikeout with Hockett was 3 straight inside. It was sliders inside, 3 straight struck him out.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as there is a runner now on at second base. Let me get caught up on the scoreboard here. There once again stepping off is Wallingford, and back safely is Albright at second base. By the way, that pitching change is sponsored by Ray Roofings. They have you covered.
Here's the thing, Frank. Corey Moore, in the last two games, 5 walks.
Swing and a miss there by Corey Moore, and he goes down swinging for out number 2. That is the first strikeout recorded by Rylan Wallingford coming in here in the 6th inning. So 2 down, and that will bring up the first baseman number 17, Isaac Kim.
You know, one thing with Zellner, I mean, this first time out, pitchers get to know him, and they're watching, and they say, hey, well, we can throw our nasty stuff, and this guy will block it because he's blocked. I don't know how many he's blocked this game.
He has definitely done a good job back behind home plate. There's the pitch. The breaking ball just misses for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, no strikes now to Isaac Kim. Kim is 1 for 3 here tonight as he struck out his first time, made the second out, and then he got a base hit in the 3rd inning, was left stranded at first base. Then he grounded out to the 3rd baseman. There's a pitch there. That one lifted to the center field, I believe. Center fielder going to get under it, makes catch for out number 3. Center fielder is Justin Barnes.
Wallingford does it again.
Well, actually, I think that's not, they changed center field. No, that is Barnes.
It is Barnes.
Okay, so a fly out to Barnes there in center field for the 3rd out. So the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Aviators. They scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 6th inning of play, it is the Aviators 2 and the Rebels 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game, joined along by General Manager Mark Cavallo as we go to the top half of the seventh inning. The score is 2-0 in favor of Hayesville. Due up for the Newton Rebels in the top half of the seventh inning, first baseman number 3, Corey Mason. Mason is 0 for 2 here tonight. And here's the pitch by Wilson as he goes into the seventh inning of work.
You know, and I'm surprised, Frank, I really am, that the Rebels only have 2 hits right now.
Well, he's definitely right around the strike zone. That one lifted high into center field. Center fielder moving to his right, making the catch for out number 1. That was Garrett McCartney making the catch for the first out.
You know, and that would have been maybe a good time. I was looking at the third baseman was playing way back, right there, Yarborough, and I thought maybe that was a good time maybe to do a little push bunt.
That's going to be up to designated number 51, Bryce Nittler. Nittler now is 0 for 2 here tonight. And he was 0 for 2 to begin, as he's only appeared in 1 ball game, as the count goes to 1 ball, no strikes. So Nittler is looking for his first hit as a Newton Rebel. And you know what, I better check that just to make sure, because I don't want to say something that's not true. But there's a hit as the ball is lifted into right field, and Bryce Nittler records his first hit of the ball game and the first hit as a Newton Rebel. And that will bring up the birthday boy, shortstop number 11, Jaden Hanna.
And Hanna right here, just get a good pitch to hit and just go with it. Don't try to do too much. Make Wilson work.
Yeah, I was right. Nittler had batted twice before. So he is now 1 for 5 for the season and 1 for 3 here tonight. First pitch to was ball, as we do have one down here top out the 7th inning. That one in there for call strike, and that will even up the count at 1-1.
And Hanna, good at bat right there. I mean, that was a pitcher's pitch down inside low. He laid off of it. If he hit it, it would probably a double play ball.
And Mr. Hanna says, "Hey, it is my birthday. Could you give me timeout, please?" So umpire allows him to call timeout, and now we're ready to go. And here's the pitch by Corey Wilson. That one fouled off there by Hanna, as the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And that's probably one that he wish he had again right there. I'm looking on the bench. Of course, you got Brotman on the bench. In the situation, late innings, and see what have him ready. I'd be having him with the bat just in case.
Yeah, exactly right. Brotman was 4 for 5 the other night, and he's had the hot bat. He comes in batting. Brotman is batting .388.
Yep.
So here comes Corey Wilson's pitch. That one lifted into left field. Left fielder backing up. That's going to be over his head, and that's going to be a double at least for Jaden Hanna as he gets his first hit, and there's the throw into home. It's a good thing that they held up Nittler at third base. So now there'll be runners on at second and third with 1 down as Jaden Hanna records a double here in the top half of the 7th inning. And we are going to have a pinch hitter. It looks like Thomas Capion is going back to the dugout, and coming in to pinch hit will be number 20. And you have the sheet over there.
Sure do. Number 20 is Aiden Corrigan from Saline, Michigan, 5'9", 170. Heidelberg University, and he just finished his sophomore year.
So Aiden Corrigan coming in to pinch hit for Thomas Capion, and Corrigan comes in batting .215 as he's appeared in 12 ball games, has been up the bat 42 times, has 9 hits, has scored 9 runs.
Now, Frank, I was just watching Nittler. It looked like he was,
that one misses for ball 1.
He was lumbering in at third base, so I don't know. I don't know if he was hurt or that's just. I know he's obviously not real fast, or coach would have sent him, but, hope he's all right. He needs to stay healthy.
So we have runners on at second and third with 1 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. Newton Rebels threatening, and Aiden Corrigan now up at the plate. As swing and a miss there by Corrigan as the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now look at this right now, Frank. Look at the defense. Look at the second base playing back. Even if you roll over, you're going to score.
Yeah, exactly what you need, and you definitely need to cut this lead in half here, at least. And here's Corrigan calls timeout. And once again, that ball bounces right up at our camera.
And
Wilson see that.
And Wilson, I mean, that's what you do. He was just kind of starting his pitch, his windup or as a, from the stretch, of course. And he was sitting there throwing it, and he just let it go. I mean, just don't stop.
So the count is 1-1 now to Aiden Corrigan, the pinch hitter here in the top half of the 7th inning. And Corey Wilson ready to go to work on the 1-1 pitch. That swing and a miss there by Corrigan as the count now goes to 1-2 there by Corrigan, but Corey Wilson just challenged Corrigan on that pitch.
And this is where Corrigan just needs to put that ball in play.
Just make contact. We need to get runs across here as we're running out of innings. We're in the top half of the 7th inning, even though we do have plenty left.
Wilson's up there in pitches now, so he needs to stay on it.
That one is into the ground, or was that a foul ball?
I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. I couldn't tell if that bounced. And we'll see what the umpire calls here. Scoreboard has not changed, or has it?
I don't think
it has changed. It's gone to 1-2. So apparently that was a foul ball.
Okay.
We really couldn't tell if Corrigan made contact there or not.
Corrigan's choking up slightly.
So the count is 1-2 now to Aiden Corrigan with runners on at second and third and one down. And here's the pitch. That one misses outside. Nice pitch there by Wilson as he tried to nibble that corner, try to get Corrigan to chase something outside.
Frank, you count how many times his hat fell off yet?
Yeah, I would say I'm not sure if it's the hair or if it's just too big of a hat there, but it's fallen off many a times here tonight. Once again, the count is 2-2 now to Aiden Corrigan here in the top half of the 7th inning. 2-0 is the score, but Rebels have runners on at second and third. There's a swing and a miss there by Corrigan as he goes down swinging for out number 2. So we now have 2 down, and that will bring up the catcher, number 16, Anthony Zeller.
And here's Zeller. I mean, his first day, he's done a great few guys that have been on base. He's also done a good job defensively.
Zeller has reached on a base on balls, and then he flew out to right field in the 5th inning. So this would be a great time for Zeller to get his first hit as a Rebel, and he could possibly tie the ball game up with one swing here. Because we know Hannah's got speed there at second base. That one in there for call strike as the count goes 0-1 now to Anthony Zeller.
And that was a good one to lay off, right? That was down and low. Pitcher's pitch again.
So 0-1 now to Zeller. And Corey Wilson tried to get out of a jam here as there was runners on at second and third with 1 down. There's 2 down. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by Zeller.
That was that high pitch that we were talking about. It's probably a ball, but most hitters are going to swing at that because that's right at the borderline of a strike.
So I believe the count is I have 2 strikes. So I can't remember if he struck at that.
Yeah.
Okay. The count is 2 strikes here in the for Anthony Zeller. Nitter is on at third base as he reached on a base hit and then moved over to third base on a double by Jaden Hanna. By the way, that double is sponsored by Cobra Enterprise Store and Stuff and Realty Connections. And here's the pitch. That one down in the ground, but a nice stop there by the catcher. And that is Gardner.
Yeah, so Gardner's done a good job. It could, been some balls in the dirt against both catchers have done a really good job. Not, just the ones that have been in the screen been pretty wild pitches.
So 1-2 strikes now to Zeller as Corey Wilson ready for that 1-2 pitch. That one hit to the shortstop. The second baseman. Second baseman goes to first for a 4-3 put out for the third out. And the top half of the 7th inning for the Newton Rebels, they score no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 6 1/2, it is the Aviators 2 and the Rebels 0 and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the seventh inning. And we got a new pitcher now on the mound. It is number 34, Zach Gillick. That pitching change is sponsored by Ray Roofing. They have you covered.
Yeah, Zach Gillick, a guy we've known for the last 3 years here, Frank. Right-hander from Valley Center, Kansas, 6'2", 205. Just finished his sophomore season at Pratt Community College.
So far, Zach Gillick is up on the pitching leading board as he has pitched 12 1/3 innings, has given up 5 runs, has struck out 24, which is one of the top pitchers in the league on strikeouts. That first pitch is missing for ball 1 as the count is 1 strikes. So 24 strikeouts recorded by Gillick. Here's the pitch. That one lifted to the second baseman. Second baseman Jurgensen makes the correction. That is number 11 now playing second base, and that's going to be the Hannah moved over to second base, and looks like Brotman came in to play shortstop. So we have an out now at second base for the first out, and that will bring up the left fielder, number 1, Drew Bristow. And here's Gillick's pitch. That one lifted foul right over our heads as the count goes to no balls and 1 strike. So Zach now on the mound here for the Rebels.
Oh, the thing is about Gillick, how you tell, if he's on, he's coming right after you. You know that, Frank. He's throwing strikes and all that. And
Great breaking ball in there for a call strike, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
I'm getting at is if his arm is nice and fresh, and all that, you see what he does. When I think he's been used a lot, kind of tired a little, you can see that he struggles a little, but very rarely is he like that.
Went to the pitch. Here's the pitch. That one just misses outside as the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I think we're going to get down to where we need to determine who the player of the game is, and we'll get that here announced here shortly. So that way you can stay tuned for the interview. We will have the interview, and the interview will be of the player on camera with yours truly.
Immediately after the game.
Immediately after the game, he'll be on. So stay tuned for that. We are going to have to go away, and you'll see the camera moving because we're down to 1 camera. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're not. Do you see the light there?
A strikeout.
That's a strikeout there by Bristow as he goes down swinging for out number 2. That is the first strikeout recorded by Zach Gillick, and that is the 25th strikeout this season by Gillig. That will bring up the third baseman, number 5, Traylon Yarbrough. So we do have 2 down now here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 2-0 is the score. Fastball in there for call strike 1 by Zach Gillig.
See, that's vintage Zach Gillig right there. Just coming right after you.
He comes right after you, and one thing about it is he doesn't fall behind very often. Here's the pitch. That one in there right across the knees for strike 2. So the count is no balls, 2 strikes. Zach Gillig's parents are Stephanie and Jason Gillig from Valley Center, Kansas.
You should have that memorized by now.
I should have memorized. I work with Stephanie at Valley Center High School. She's the assistant athletic director and secretary. That one fouled off. So that's how I know her. Been there, I don't know how many years Stephanie's been there, but I've been there 27 years as their announcer. So their siblings are Alex and Samantha. Alex plays baseball for the Valley Center Hornets. Swing and a miss there by Yarbrough. That's not Yarbrough. That's number 22.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Exactly what is your job,
I
sir?
don't know, but he didn't turn around and tell us. But
anyway, that is the second strikeout, the third out of the inning.
That is Jackson Fleming.
Jackson Fleming. I'm glad you said that because I'm going to have to mark him down.
It's shortstop from Mona College. Yeah, usually the umpire turns around and says something. Now, I was looking at there.
We didn't see that. Our apologies. And but anyway, the bottom half of the 7th inning there for the Aviators. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And Gillig records his 26th strikeout of the season. 2-0 is the score as we go to the top 8th inning. We're going to take a small break so we can get away from the music. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. As we go to the top half of the 8th inning, 2-0 is the score in favor of Hayesville. Due up next for the Newton Rebels will be the center fielder, number 7, Justin Barnes. Barnes now coming up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 here tonight as he grounded out at fielder's choice in the third inning, and then he grounded out to the shortstop in the 6th inning. Well, the Newton Rebels have had runners on base, just have not that timely hitting. So far, there are no runs on 4 hits. The first pitch to Barnes is called strike 1 as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Once again, they do have 4 hits, no errors. And for the Hayesville Aviators, they've scored 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. That one hit the third base side. Third baseman coming in, making a nice play down to first, but not going to get Barnes in time, as Barnes is a speedster for the Newton Rebels, and he's on with a base hit. Here's first base hit of the evening for him. So there'll be a runner on first base with no outs, and that will bring up the shortstop, number 1, Brockman. Andrew Brockman now coming in, as he took Jurgensen's spot in the batting order. So Andrew Brockman, who's playing shortstop now, is the batter. Once again, he's got the hot bat so far for the Newton Rebels. That one in there called strike 1. So Andrew Brockman. Ball was hit the shortstop, by the way, while you were gone, and third baseman got it, but Justin Barnes beat him out, so he got his first hit of the ball game. Now Andrew Brockman is up. That one is fouled off by Brockman, as the count now goes to balls and 2 strikes.
You know, Brockman did a great job at Hicks Stadium. I loved his approach. I mean, you know, he's keeping it, especially with 2 strikes, he kept his swing short, didn't get long, and right up the middle. Well, that's what you do. I mean, that's what we teach.
Well, you know, when you go to a venture like a Wichita State University, you know there's going to be some coaches there watching. And so he took advantage of it, and he was 4 for 5 that evening and had a good time. Here's the pitch. That one swing and a miss there by Brockman. A throw down to first base is not going to be in time, as that was a fastball outside, but Brockman went after it for the first out. So we do have 1 down now here in the top half of the 7th inning. We'd like to welcome you all that are joining us. There's a lot of comments here tonight, and we really appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying the ball game. That will bring up the left fielder, number 14, Trey Wingett. So one down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Justin Barnes on at first base.
And I like the comments that everything's working well tonight, Frank. That makes me happy.
That throw over to first base. Well, I wish it would have been working nicely the other day. I wouldn't have spent $1,500 on a new computer.
I was about ready to start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I woke up like 4 in the morning or something. I thought we should put a GoFundMe deal for Frank. It's a computer.
That one stood into left field. Left fielder moving to his right along the foul line there.
Whoa.
And makes the catch for out number 2. So we have 2 down now. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. Runner on at first base, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 23, Nolan Riley. Well, Nolan Riley can very easily tie up the ball game here on one swing. He's got a lot of power. And, of course, Brotman does too. Brotman,
he does.
For those of you that don't know, he hit for the Cycle this last school year and also had 4 home runs in one ball game. That one in there for call strike 1 as the count now goes to no balls, 1 strike, now to Nolan Riley.
And Riley, of course, hit that line shot right back at the pitcher last time. But the thing is, he's hitting the ball hard, but he's definitely due.
Definitely do, and we could use it right here as the count is no balls, 1 strike with the runner on at first base, 2 down. Top half of the 8th inning. There goes Barnes to second base, but that's going to be fouled by Riley as the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
And I'm just amazed by Wilson, like I said, talking about, after we did his background check on his pitching this spring, and here he is, 8th inning.
Well, by the way, John and Lisa Hannah said Jaden's nickname is Moose, or question Mouse. See, I tell you, I can't read. It's Mouse
small.
for short for Mickey Mouse. So, well, if we interview him, I'll make sure that
we have to get him in or something.
I use him. His nickname is Mouse. Thank you very much, John and Lisa Hannah, for that information.
I'm sure he thanks you too for
right now
telling the world.
That's who we're leaning for right now on the player of the game. Ball thrown down to second base as Barnes is in safely, and that one misses high for ball 1 to Nolan Riley.
That was a good pitch right there for him to try as a high pitch. But I'm glad Coach Clark, looking to be aggressive, try to get that make it, like you said before, get it to a 1-run game.
Yeah. Well, we running out of innings, so we've scored many runs before in 1 inning, and it can be done again, even with 2 down. So here is Corey Wilson's pitch here in the top half of the 8th inning, as the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch. That one misses outside for ball 3.
And the thing is, like I said, we don't have the pitch count on him. That's one thing I wish we did have, but I know he's definitely up there. This I felt that the Rebels should have taken advantage of earlier, Frank, getting that pitch count out there.
So it is a full count now, and here's the pitch. That one is lifted to the third base side. It looks like the game may be out of play as it goes over the third base dugout. And the count will stay full now to Nolan Riley. And once again, we're saying this again, and that is that Nolan Riley just hangs tough out there at the plate. He's a tough out.
Well, his 2-strike approach, his approach. And that's the thing. He'll let some good pitches go. He's not afraid. Like you and I were talking about taking a first pitch or something like that. And some guys, I was off the whole at bat. Hey, coach, you messed me up. I struck out. Why? Well, because you made me take the first pitch. You're just trying to get that. He's definitely got the pitch count up on Wilson.
That one lifted to the third base side, and he is out. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the comments, and boy, I tell you what, I need to get glasses or I need to get bigger fonts there because it's supposed to be Mighty Mouse, not Mickey Mouse. And I'm just
Mouse,
but
short for Mighty Mouse.
Okay, short for Mighty Mouse. Boy, I'm just butchering it up here tonight on the reading that. My goodness. Anyway, we got something to laugh about now.
Yes, we do.
John and Lisa probably think, boy, that guy is blind. Well, they don't know that I can see better than I can hear. So, anyway, that is the top half of the 8th inning as they fly out to the third baseman. Crickson, third baseman for out number 3. Top half of the 8th, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 7.5, the score is 2-0 in favor of Hayesville. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The score, the Hayesville Aviators 2 and the Newton Rebels 0. Zach Gillick in for his second inning of work as he came in the 7th inning. Due up for the Hayesville Aviators will be the center fielder, number 2, Garrett McCartney. We're kind of in the dark here, Carv. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll blame that on why I can't see what everybody is posting.
Hey, I was going to ask the people out there, should we start a GoFundMe for Frank? I mean, he's going out there spending that money for a new computer, and I thought, man, that's what we ought to ask the people out there.
Well, we don't need to do that.
Help out
that
Frank.
One lifted to the first base side. The second baseman, Hannah, gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1.
Or Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse, there you go. Yeah. For Mighty Mouse making the catch for out number 1. Boy, I'm going to have a great interview with him tonight if he happens to be the player of the game.
Yeah, he's going to say, Mom, Dad, a little too much info here.
Yeah, exactly right. He likes chocolate milk.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with chocolate milk.
And chocolate cake. So there is one out now here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one, couldn't tell what happened there.
Yeah, I'd say the All-Star game will be coming up, and I'd say Gillick's definitely a candidate.
Well, he definitely is. If he's not, there's something wrong. That one in there for call strike, as he has recorded 26 strikeouts so far for the season, and is one of the top strikeout pitchers in the league. Here's the pitch. That one misses inside as the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike.
I believe that's the first time he's been behind on the count, isn't it? I mean, right.
Yep, it is. Not sure whether I'll get a chance to do the PA announcing for the All-Star game. That is going to be on the 5th, I believe, July 5th. We don't have a game that night.
No.
I will be announcing the Mexican-American Fast Pitch Tournament coming up on the 4th. That one misses for ball.
Frank, I do have an important announcement, though.
What's that?
July 3rd. July 3rd, everybody. Carl Hodges Day, but it's also going to be like Rebels Alumni Day. We're going to try to bring back all the Rebel alumni from year 2000 on, have a little special deal, especially with Carl for the game, introduce them and have a little special time and see so many guys around the area, especially around the area.
So that's going to be July the 3rd, you say?
Right.
Okay, with Carl Hodges Day and Alumni Day.
So just get the word out. We're working on something to send out on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, to sign up and let us know how many are going to be there.
Bergonio now at first base on the walk, and that brings up the second baseman, number 7, Brady Benedict. So July 3rd, mark that down on your calendar. That misses outside for ball 1.
And the other thing is it's all coaches and all hosts, families of the past, so they can come see everybody. So we're trying to get that kind of little get-together. First time I think anybody's ever done this. And especially in our league. But, Carl, it means a lot to Carl, who started the Rebels back in the year 2000.
So the Rebels have been in existence since the year 2000. That one in there for call strike as the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Brady Benedict.
And we still have sponsor nights. Bethel is going to have a sponsor night, which will be July 10th. So we're getting some more lined up.
And there is a throw over to first base and not in time, as in safely is Bergonio Crickson. And John and Lisa, Hannah, say that they are loving the commentary. And looks like they're laughing their rear ends off.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
You guys are great. Well, we thank you very much. We appreciate your comments. We do this because we know that you have loaned us your kids, and we want you to see your ball players play. Here's the pitch by Gillick. That one, breaking ball, is going to throw down to second base. Is not going to be in time, it looks like. In safely is Bergonio. And the count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike now to Benedict.
Yeah, they've been running pretty much at will. You know what I'm saying? They've been running quite a bit on the Rebels in this series. They've got some good speed. That's where you got to mix it up as a pitcher.
So the count goes to 3 balls, 1 strike now. Bob Rotman posted something. I can't read it. My eyes are just gone. You're going to have to.
So it wasn't the computer causing a bad stream?
Yeah, exactly right.
That's terrible.
A swing and a miss there by
Send money.
Benedict.
Says send money for Frank. See, then we're going to start that. I mean, Frank, you got to go spend $1,200.
Well, it was $1,500.
15, sorry.
Yeah, we had to get something that would broadcast us. And the place where I went to, the guy just happened to be a YouTuber. He says, this is all I do for his broadcast. He goes, now, I'm not going to sell you. There's one fouled off there. I'm not going to sell you what I have on my computer because he goes, I have the best of everything since I have my own YouTube station. But he says, this here is on sale, and it'll do the job for you. He goes, it's a good computer. So that's what we did. We're going to get it on Friday, and hopefully the streaming problems that we've been having will go away. Let's hope anyway. Count is full now at 3-2. Zach Gillick's work. That one fouled off there once again by Benedict. Benedict hanging tough against Mr. Gillick.
I mean, we want to get the production. We want to upscale it. We want to go and do commercials and like that. That's why we're not a profit organization, but we're trying to get people, sponsors. Just kind of do some neat things because at the break it'd be a great time to do commercials.
Well, that's what we're shooting for. We were talking about that earlier. Once we get the commercials put in, that one is outside, and looks like Gillick walks his second guy here tonight.
Yeah,
that's not very many walks during the season, but pitching coach is coming out to talk to Gillick.
Coach Mandarino talks to how he feels. I mean, it's a guy you don't want to really take out. I mean, because he can get you that ground ball and get out of here, or a strikeout.
Yeah, we do have one down now with run at first and second, and the score is 2-0 in favor of Hayesville. Newton Rebels have had their chances, but just not able to get the timely hitting here tonight. They have 5 hits, and some of those were doubles. I think 3 doubles here tonight. We had a double by Jurgensen in the first inning, and a double by Wingett in the 6th inning, and a double by Hanna in the 7th inning. Also a single by Nettler, and then the other single was by Barnes in the 8th inning. So we had just have not been able to move them across. And looks like we're going to
not sure
stay with Gillick.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Frank, I like that right there, that coaching, coming out and stop the game here, talk about, especially the new guys. You got new guys right here first game and talk about what they're going to do, especially defensively, who's covering the back, who's doing this. That was a good call by Coach Mandarino to go out there.
So Bergonio's down at second base. He reached on a walk, moved to second base on the walk to Benedict. That first pitch is high for ball 1. And to Austin Albright. Albright got hit by a pitch in the first inning, struck out the second, struck out in the third, struck out in the fourth, and then reached on a base on balls in the 6th inning. That one is hit right down in front of home plate. Nice job there by Zeller as he goes to first base. And then there's a throw into home, and that ball gets away. That throw is going to be an error.
He should have ran right at him.
He should have ran right at him, exactly. So another run scores. A runner ends up at third base. 3-0 is the score. We do have 2 outs, and especially that being the 2 outs.
Well, and he was running, while he was running, he threw it, and said, get set if you're going to throw it. But, I mean, just run right at him, run back to third.
So there is an error now on the throw. And a run has scored as Bergonio scored from second base on that play. And Benedict ends up at third base on that error.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to throw it, but he was.
No, I didn't either. I thought he was going to run it in, and all of a sudden he throws it, and didn't hit Zeller at home plate and a run score. So 3-0 now the score. And the count now goes to 1 ball, no strikes with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
And I was talking to some of the players that we met today for a little, get together, practice, whatever. And we were talking about that's when the game speeds up. That's when people make mistakes. And when it does speed up, slow down. Just because you get caught up in that, and that's when mistakes are made, like on rundowns or whatever. So. Like I said, we know more here. I mean, like I said, he walked 4 times the other night. He walked tonight, got a hit. So he gets on base, but also he can strike out. So
the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Albright. Wait a minute, that should be Moore up there. My bad.
That's Moore. I
forgot about the 2-3 play.
Yes. I had
Here's
you.
the pitch. That one is fouled off there.
I had you on that one. I said
Okay.
Moore. I said Moore with all the walks he's had.
So the count goes to 2-2, stays at 2-2.
So what we got to do, we got to cover each other. That's
exactly right. We're supposed to be a team here.
That's right.
So two balls, 2 strikes now to Corey Moore. And there is a runner on third base, is Benedict, as we do have 2 down. And there's the pitch. Great ball pitch right there on the outside corner. Call strike 3. And Zach Gillick records his 27th strikeout of the season. And that is the 3rd strikeout here in the ball game. So the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Hayesville Aviators, they score 1 run on no hits. And 1 error and 1 left on base. At the end of 8 innings of play, it is the Aviators 3 and the Rebels 0. And we'll be right back.
Okay, number 13, Brogan McDougal.
What's the first name?
Brogan McDougal from Douglas College.
Okay, we are welcoming you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the 9th inning. 3-0 the score in favor of Hayesville. We have a new pitcher, number 13, Brogan McDougal. And we'll go to live stream here, or the game live, and give you the final numbers for Corey Wilson. He pitched a really good game for the Aviators. I'll give you his final numbers. Due up now for the Newton Rebels is the first baseman, number 3, Corey Mason. So Wilson ends up going 8 innings, gives up 5 hits, no runs, 1 base on ball, struck out 6 as he faced 31 batters. That ball is lifted to third base. Third baseman makes the catch for out number 1. So fly out to 5 for the first out if you're scoring at home. And
I was going to say a little on Brogan McDougal from Douglas College. He's from Surrey, British Columbia, Canadian, 6'3", 200 pounds.
That brings up the designated hitter number 51, Bryce Nittler. So Nittler now coming up to the plate with 1 down. He kind of sidearms that one, and that one's in there for call strike 1. Umpires had a low strike zone here this evening, but he's been very, very consistent with it. So the count is no balls, 1 strike to Bryce Nittler. Bryce is 1 for 3 here tonight. There's a second one right across the plate as the count now goes 0-2.
And these guys throw like this, usually their nemesis or kryptonite is usually a left-handed hitter, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does.
Now we're going to go with players of the game. We're going to go 2 tonight. I believe it should be Jaden Hanna. He had a double. And he really played a good ball game for the Newton Rebels. Besides that, it's his birthday. And the second one that I'd like to get here is Anthony Zeller, the catcher.
Two new guys.
So two new guys, and that way we can get them on air. While you go get them, and we ended up the ball game here, I'll change the camera so that way we'll have a camera to watch so you can see them. So once again, we'll have Anthony Zeller, and that ball hit to the short first baseman. It goes unassisted for the out, as we have now 2 down here in the top half of the 9th inning. And that will bring up the shortstop, number 11, Jaden Hanna. And they're turning off all the lights here in the ballpark, so I'm hoping that they leave the lights on long enough that we can do our player of the game. 3-0 is the score here in the top half of the 9th inning. 2 down now for the Newton Rebels. So we'll have Jaden Hanna and Anthony Zeller will be our players of the game. First pitch there to Hanna is swing and a miss there for call strike 1. Once again, you will be seeing the camera being moved because we're only down to 1 camera due to the fact that this computer that we're using is gone kaput. And that one lifted to left field, makes the catch for out number 3. So that is the ball game. What the final score is 3-0, and the Hayesville Aviators defeat the Newton Rebels. The final numbers for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 5 hits, 1 error. And the final numbers for the Hayesville Aviators, they scored 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. So we'll be right back once again with our players of the game. It's going to be Jaden Hanna, the birthday boy, and then also number 16, Anthony Zeller, coming up for their interview. So stay tuned for that. Players of the game coming up. Once again, you'll be seeing the camera move as we try to set things up for that player of the game. We'll be right back. Don't forget that the Newton Rebels will be in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here in Hayesville. We'll see you tomorrow night if you are leaving us. If not, stay tuned for our players of the game coming up shortly. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. We have the first player of the game, and that is Anthony Zeller, who caught for us here this evening. This was his first ball game. We'd like to thank our sponsor for the player of the game is Carl Hodges and Family. The Rebels tradition continues since the year 2000. Well, Anthony, this is your first game as the Newton Rebels. The reason we picked you for player of the game, we do know that you went 0 for 2, is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a walk, and then you flew out to right field, and then also got grounded out to 4-3. But the reason is we thought you called a great game here tonight.
Thank you.
And then not only did you call a great game, but defensively wise, we thought the movement that you had when the balls were in the dirt, you really got down nicely. And there's a couple pitches that were way far that you couldn't do nothing about. Yeah. But defensively, we thought you really called a good game and played a good game. So we wanted to put you on. By the way, congratulations for the being player of the game, but we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Let me see. Do I got you on here? Yes, we should have you on. There you go. Now you should be able to hear me now.
I can hear you.
Okay, now it's too loud there. Okay. First of all, this is what we do with all players of the game, and you haven't had a chance to fill one out. But what we do is, of course, we ask for your number, and your number is number 16.
Sure.
Okay, number 16. Then we need to ask you who your parents are.
My actual parents?
Your parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie Zellner and Daniel Zellner.
Okay, Stephanie and Daniel, you want to say hi to them out there?
Hi, Mom and Dad.
There you go. And do you have any siblings?
I have a younger brother, Andrew.
Andrew, okay. And then the next thing that we ask you, and that is what school you go to.
I go to Western Oregon University in Oregon.
In Oregon, okay. What town?
Monmouth, Oregon. It's about 20 minutes outside of Salem.
Okay. And then this next two questions you may have just a little bit to think about, but what we ask all the players, who is your favorite player in baseball?
Oh.
Or it could be anything, but
Well, I don't watch that much baseball.
Okay,
but
so
I like Jed Lowry. He's a Salem guy. He plays for the A's. I'm a veteran guy.
okay. Is that who you want to go with then?
Sure, I'll go with
Okay,
him.
okay. And then the last question that we ask everybody, just so they get to know you a little bit better, and that is, if you had 5 minutes to spend with somebody, who would that be talking to?
Talking to somebody.
For 5 minutes.
That's a tough one.
It's a very tough one.
Yeah.
And like I say, all the players, we gave them a chance to fill these out and then, think about it. And we're going to put you on the spot here. But if you don't have anybody, we'll get you next time. But if you can think of somebody special or somebody that you might like to spend we have had anywhere from Jesus to millionaires to football players,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People around me I love talking to, my family and my girlfriend and everyone, and that's all I need, really.
Okay.
It makes me happy. I don't
So
need some
5 minutes
celebrity.
with any family member or girlfriend, huh?
Yeah, I don't need any celebrity talk time. That's all right.
Okay. Well, then, we want to thank you very much for joining us as player of the game. There's only one thing that we got, and that is there anybody else that you would like to say hi to? This is on YouTube. You can watch it anytime, so you can go home and watch your interview.
All right, I'll say hi to my girlfriend. It's our 3-year anniversary today, and I'm here. So.
Well, wow. 3-year anniversary. Congratulations. What is her name?
McKenna.
Or do you remember?
McKenna is her name.
Okay. Well, congratulations on the 3-year anniversary. And we got coming up is our player of the game, hopefully. You want to get him? And once again, we had Anthony Zeller as player of the game. We thank him very much for the job that he did tonight. Like I said, he had no hits, but he did a heck of a job back behind the home plate.
Yeah, the hits will come.
The hits will come, exactly right. Well, we hope you have a great time here in with the Newton Rebels. And while you're still here, we want to thank all our sponsors, and they are Colonel Tim Mahler and family in honor of the Kansas National Guard, your home team, always ready, always there. Sponsors of the team of Pate and Paul, attorneys at law, they are working for you. The sponsor is Ray Roofing. They have you covered. Another sponsor is Cobra Enterprise, Store and Stuff, and Realty Connections. Our home run sponsors are John Odom and family, proud friends of the Newton Rebels, and then the sponsor of the player of the game is Carl Hodges and family. The Royals tradition continues since the year 2000. Also, we'd like to thank all our host families for all that you do for all our players. We really appreciate it. So, Anthony Zeller, our player of the game here this evening. Say goodbye, everybody, Anthony.
Goodbye.
And I'm not sure if we're going to have Mr. Hannah or not. He's still in the dugout. We're trying to get him.
All right.
Hustle, hustle, hustle!
We're trying to get him over here before they shut off the lights on us here. So, thank you very much, Anthony, for joining us.
Thank you.
And we wish you good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Okay. Once again, we have Jaden Hanna is coming up.
Mark, have him hustle, please.
So Jaden Hanna will be our second player of the game here this evening. Put that headset on, please. And we welcome to our player of the game is Jaden Hanna And my name is Frank Martinez. Nice to meet you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
Player of the game, you had a double here tonight, and you did a great job at shortstop for us. And then, of course, you moved over to second base. This is your first ball game here with the Rebels. We got another loss, but we're right on the edge of getting those victories, and we hope that you enjoy your time here with the Newton Rebels. Once again, congratulations for being the player of the game. Before we go any further, what we ask all the players, and that is 5 different questions. The first question that we'd like to ask you, and that is who your parents are.
My dad is John Hanna, and his wife is Lisa Hanna.
Lisa Hanna, okay. Well, I found out that I called her Linda, and I apologized about that. They had some very interesting things to say about you, by the way.
Oh, no.
We'll get to those things here
no.
in just a little bit. But we also understand something is, do you have any siblings?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
have 4 sisters. So I have my oldest sister's Kylia, then Audra, and then my younger sisters Allie and Mariah.
Okay, well, I'm sure you want to say hi to them.
Hey, guys. I hope
There
you're
you-
doing well.
There you go. They'll be able to see this on YouTube at any time. This is on YouTube on the Newton Rebels channel. And then the third question that we ask is what school you go to.
I just graduated from Western Oregon University, and then next year I will be attending Cumberland University to get my master's degree, playing my last year of baseball there.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good to hear. And then the next question that we have is who your favorite player is.
Growing up, so the reason I started playing baseball is because I saw Ichiro play,
Uh-huh.
and then growing up, I fell in love with Dustin Pedroia just because he's a little guy like me, and
Okay.
and I just think he's a really good player, and I'm glad that he's not playing anymore.
So those are the 2 players that you would probably consider your favorite players.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last question is something that we ask the players, and normally all these questions that we have, I have a book here that's got all their listings, and what they do is they give me their information. But since you just now joined the team, we haven't had a chance to. But the last question is, if you had 5 minutes to spend with somebody, who would that 5 minutes be with? I know it's a tough question, and
Ugh.
it takes time to think about it.
Anyone in the world?
Anybody in the world.
I think I'm gonna go with Chris Pratt. He's my favorite actor, and I think the dude is hilarious.
Okay.
And I feel like he'd be a good time to hang out with, you know.
Well, that's a good answer. So anyway, we found out that tonight's your birthday.
It is.
And so we wish you a happy, 23rd birthday?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and happy 23rd birthday. So one of the other reasons why we had you as player of the game, besides the job that you did out there for us, the other thing is that you like chocolate milk.
Oh, too much.
Too much, huh?
Like it's borderline a problem, but but it's my problem, so I'm
Well,
okay with it.
that's okay because Carv and I, the general manager and I, were talking about that. I have to have chocolate milk with a not a cream puff, a pine cone,
Oh.
and a chocolate milk. I teach golf on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there is a bakery right down the store from the golf course, and I always have to stop and get that pine cone and the chocolate milk.
Love it.
So somebody's mentioned about what your favorite cake was because it sounded like maybe baking you a cake, and your parents said chocolate.
Chocolate.
So-
Chocolate is my go-to for anything. It's the way to my heart, and I just can't get enough of it.
Well, you got to remember, do you got a girlfriend or a special friend?
No.
No. Okay. Well, the other thing is we found out that your name is Mighty Mouse as your nickname.
Are these coming from my dad?
That come from somebody. I'm sure it's probably your dad.
Yeah, I mean, it was given to me when I was in 4th grade. I was playing on a team with a bunch of like 6th, 7th graders, and we were lined up for the national anthem, and the line went like that.
Okay.
And one of my teammates' younger brothers was like talking to his mom, and he goes, "Mom, look, he's so small." And she's like, "No, don't say that." He's like, "No, he's like a mouse. He's like a Mighty Mouse."
Oh, I see.
And then it just got shortened to just Mouse. And
I
so, like,
see.
my dad only calls me Mouse. And, like, if he calls me and he's like Jaden, then I'm like, what did I do wrong?
What did I do wrong?
I'm in
exactly
trouble.
Right.
I'm
Yep,
in trouble.
Exactly right. Well, anyway, this is the information that we got from your parents tonight, and your dad especially. And
Thanks,
it
Dad.
was funny because I thought it said Mickey Mouse, and I started calling you Mickey Mouse instead of Mighty Mouse.
No.
And then we finally got it all figured out. And matter of fact, like I say, I called your parents. It was John and Lisa, and not John. I mean John and Linda, not John and Lisa. I can't read that writing. I apologize. I'm 66 years old, and it's just hard to read that kind of writing. But
Yeah.
anyway, we wanted to congratulate you on being player of the game. We hope you have some more games like this, and you enjoy your time here. Of course, we're in Hayesville tonight, but we hope you enjoy your time with the Newton Rebels. And we welcome your parents, John and Lisa, to the Newton Rebels family. And so we'll see you next time. We hope that you did enjoy the ball game tonight, and we'll
course.
get the win next time, right?
Oh yeah, always.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you.
once again, we have Jaden, and I done lost your name, Hannah, who is our player of the game. Congratulations. And anybody you'd like to say bye to before we get off?
Oh, goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, Lisa, sisters, everyone watching who's supporting me. I love you guys. Thank you.
All right, there you go. Well, this is Frank Martinez, the voice for the Newton Rebels baseball. Once again, we'll be in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here from Hayesville. We hope you join us then. We'll try to get on the air at 6:45. This is Frank Martinez. The final score 3-0 in favor of Hayesville. We'll see you tomorrow night.